Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome back to the Option Select podcast. This is episode 101, the beginning of season 2.
Mm.
This is a little show where me and Ruben we get together on the Friday nights and we just talk about video games, see what's up, and we just share it with you guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. You guys could be anywhere else right now, but you're here hanging out with us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, like I said, guys, it's just an episode we just get together and we talk about video games and just share it with you guys and give you our intake, our outtake. I'll say intake. I don't know why, like
Input?
input,
There you
like
go.
an intake, like I'm a freaking like
English is your third language.
I have like 5 languages.
That's all good.
Talking dog isn't one of them. Talking dog and talking shit.
Yeah, talking dog and talking shit.
That's
Talking shit's your first language.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
pretty good at that. So, anyways, guys, we start off every episode with how was your week, Ruben?
Oh,
Here we go, boys. Here we go.
All right, let's dive into this week at work, bro. All right, so last week I was on vacation, and so this week I expected to come back to some shit, right?
Good shit.
As per usual. And what ended up happening was like my manager had run my route, or one of my managers had run my route Monday. Everything went fine. It was okay.
Good.
But then he had felt ill or something like that, so he called out sick on Tuesday, and then they forced him to get a COVID test on Wednesday.
They would stop
to
doing that shit.
return. He hadn't gotten his vaccination.
Ah, okay.
So what ends up happening is the other manager who was supposed to leave today, like today was supposed to be his final day. He's like, "Oh, they're gonna make you stay out until you get your results." He's like, "Yeah." Well, he's like, just packed up his stuff and walked out that day. So that was Wednesday last week. And so they had to call somebody from College Station to come and run my route, a manager from College Station to come and run my route. And it took 2 people. 2 people to run my route, and they weren't getting done till like 6, 7 o'clock at night. So that was pretty rough for them. Do I feel bad for them?
Of course not.
No.
They should know.
No,
They should know
definitely
better.
not.
Be prepared.
That brings us to this week, where I show up and 3 routes didn't run on Monday because we didn't have enough people to cover it.
Oh, we're all sick or what?
No, they just
Called in?
Yeah,
No show.
no shows, and somebody called. No,
Jesus
somebody
Christ.
else quit on Monday, and then somebody else quit today.
You guys have a high turnaround rate?
Not usually, no. Not usually, no. Like most people that have been there for like more than 5 years.
Like, have made a career out of it.
Right. So we had one of the utilities, the jumpers or whatever, he quit Monday. And then one of the regular route guys I trained, so he's been there for about 4 or 5 years or so.
Uh-huh.
He quit today, and he announced it in a Wednesday morning meeting to like everybody.
Oh, by the way, I'm leaving, guys.
He's like, you know what? I'm just tired of this job. You guys just don't give us any support. Blah 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 blah. Just told him off right there. He's like, my last day's Friday. Peace. Figure it the fuck out. So Thursday, one of the older guys who's been there for forever threw out his back. So now we're even more short-staffed than we already are. I had put in for a transfer Monday
Transfer where?
to uniforms. Remember I told you they were going to adjust our whole commission pay and everything like that in our routes?
That's right. Yeah.
So I had put in for a transfer for the things that they're actually going to pay more commission on, which is uniforms and mats. So I was going to do the fiscally responsible thing of transferring to a department that handles those items. I already have experience with it. I'm already hired with the company. It's not like it's a hard sell. You know what I mean? And so that was Monday. Tuesday, I get called into my general manager's office. Remind you, he's the owner of the company's son.
That's right. I remember we talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he calls me in the office. He's like, well, what's going on? And I'm like, look, man, we're hearing that you're going to slash our routes down to $12,500. I can't survive on $800 a week. It's not going to happen, because that's just before taxes. It's $800 a week before taxes. And then, then the house note and then everything else. So it would take like 3 checks just to clear the house note after taxes, give or take, right? So he pulls me off. He's like, what's going on? I was like, told him what was up. And he's like, you sure it's not like management or anything? I was like, no, man.
You guys.
I'm good.
Suck.
I'm good. Well, they don't have to talk to me ever. Like management doesn't really have to do anything except for check me in at the end of the day, check my money, and be like, deuce. Or tell me that, somebody called in. Oh, somebody called in. They wanted this. Okay. And I'll write it up, whatever. Like, I don't really have that much interaction with management, at all because I don't fuck up. So He goes, well, I'd really hate to see you go. You're one of our best guys. So
How long you been working there now?
this is year 6. Year 6. And he goes, is there anything that I could do to like change your mind or anything like that? And I'm like, kind of get your shit together. No offense. I mean, I know this is your company, your family's company, but things aren't being run the way they should be run. Not because of you, but just because of everything else that's going on. On the service department side, we're short staffed. You're not helping us out, and then you turn around and ask us for help whenever you're short staffed. So like if I need a half day off to go to a doctor's appointment, I have to take the full fucking day. You can't just cover my route for a few hours.
Yeah.
I have to take the full day, but you want me to finish my route, get back, and then jump on another route that you can't cover. I'm not going to help you. Like there's no incentive for me to do it. Anyway, we had this whole conversation. He goes, well, you're under hours consistently because we don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah.
He goes, you're under 40 hours every week. He goes, how do you do that? How are you under 40 hours a week at a $21,000 route, which is like third largest in the company right now, third or fourth? You can sell and you have, a high satisfaction rate or whatever, customer satisfaction rate. Like, look, man, I just try to get my job done and I go home. I don't want to come back to the office and get yelled at by management. That's, what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to do my job and go home. Like, my job is Monday through Friday. That's it. I'm not coming in on Saturdays. I'm not coming in on Sundays. Like, that's it. Once I leave here Friday, it's over. Or any day of the week for that matter. He goes, well, to be honest, most of the routes in Alsco, they only run about 15,000 at most. And then that's when we cut them off. And I was like, okay, cool. But I mean, I was like, I'll tell you this. And I told him flat out, I was like, you cut my route like that harsh, and then I walk on you that day. Like, I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to give you 2 weeks notice because, I'm just not.
You got something lined up?
No. I got money in the bank.
Okay. If you got money in the bank, that's good. Because you'll meet that guy that's, oh, hey, I wasn't prepared.
I'm better off now than I was 10 years ago whenever I lost my job. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I was just like, I won't work for less money. I'm not going to do more work for less money. It makes no sense. So we had this like long conversation and he goes, well, I don't understand, but anyway, he's like, I don't understand how you can do what you do at the pace that you do and still sell the way you do and still make everybody happy. He goes, I want to ride with you on your biggest day. What is your biggest day? And I was like, my biggest day is Tuesday. Come on. He goes, you sure you're good with that? I'm like, are you good with it?
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Alan, well, my other manager that's no longer there. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I told my new manager. I said, you ride on my truck for free. Everybody works. I don't care if you're the owner of the company's son. I don't care if you're the owner of the company yourself. You got to work on my truck. He's like, okay, cool. I was like, all right, bring it on. So he's rolling out with me next Tuesday. And it was just like, my work week went well. It was just kind of like cleaning up
all this bullshit from last week.
All the stuff that they had like overstocked and like made customers unhappy because they were showing up at 6 o'clock at night, just things like that. So
I'm guessing all your customers were like, oh my God, you played your bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like every single stop. And that made me feel so good, dude.
Yeah.
I love when my customers are like, oh my God, thank God.
You got your bag.
They were like, we were hoping we were going to get that guy.
Like not the other guy. God, he was showing up late. Yeah.
So they were just so happy I was back. It made me feel good. And I'm glad to be back at work. I love doing what I do. Regardless of like the problems and stuff that we have, and everybody's got problems at work.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be fucking fun unless you're
working
for yourself. It's called
work, not fun.
So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be on the clock and doing the damn thing. I made some sales this week. And then like I said, I cleaned up a bunch of the excess,
bullshit,
all the crap. So this week ran a little long, except for today. Today doesn't really run long for me. So I was just happy to get to today, happy to get to do this podcast and get out of work and chill for the weekend. As far as this weekend goes, I think Ben Askren is fighting Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
Boxing match or something?
Yeah.
I've been hearing the JRE. They've been talking about it here and there, and I know Brendan Shaw's been talking about it. It's just like
I haven't even listened to either one of those podcasts.
I haven't listened to Brendan Shaw's, but I when he was on a guest in the JRE a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I know they talked about it, but like I don't. Is that one of those? It's like what's the draw for that? Is it because you just see people
they're
like
talking?
Is that what it is, or they're just hungry for like MMA style entertainment or something.
They want to see boxers versus MMA fighters. For one, Ben Askren can't box for shit.
'Cause he's a wrestler, right?
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah, so watching that should be interesting. That happens tomorrow, but it's also me and Alice's 5-year anniversary. So we're gonna celebrate that by going to some kind of like
Chuck E. Cheese.
some little museum or something she wants to go to in like Katy. It's like I actually don't know like the full details, but
Like an antique museum or something.
no, she's not into antiques, dude. I don't know what to tell you. It's like some kind of artsy thing. I don't know. She wants to go hang out. So we're gonna go over there and do that, and probably have a nice little lunch and dinner and breakfast and all that good stuff. And then this weekend, after that, other than that, Sunday I'm not really doing anything else. As far as gaming went this week, I did a lot of Destiny 2 with the boys.
I saw you on it a couple times. I was lurking.
Yeah, so we did the raid Wednesday. I finally picked up PvP today, and that was very fun. I was playing with my boy Carlos, and we were having fun playing the Iron Banner. And they had like some cool little, like a different armor set for Iron Banner. So I'm trying to work to get towards that. And then played some Mayhem with another clan member earlier. That was kind of fun. Mayhem is just basically like.
There's a PvP PvE one.
No, it's just PvP flat out. But like supers recharge super fast, and like grenades recharge super fast. So it's just like ability throwing.
Yeah, it's like having wasn't there like a mode in Call of Duty where like you have everything at your disposal, like rocket launchers and like the smallest map everywhere, and everything's going crazy.
Everybody's just like throwing stasis or throwing fire, throwing thunder crashes out, and I mean it was a little fun. So we did like 20 matches of that. And I got to finish out the pinnacles for this week. I've been kind of taking my time on it. I'm about to hit cap, which is I'm like 2 light levels away from cap. So I should hit it either this week or next week, which should be fine because we have a new raid coming out in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Some new content coming out?
Some new content. The season also ends in 20 days. I have no idea what the new raid's called.
What's the current one called?
Deep Stone Crypt is what it's called. And but yeah, did a lot of Destiny 2 today. But also throughout the week and last weekend as well, I booted up Ghost of Tsushima again, because I wanted to play it on the PS5. And bro, if you haven't done that yet, you need to get on that.
Should I?
Oh man, it looks so
Bloodborne.
crisp, so nice.
It's a pretty game. Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it.
It looks way better. No, just like the 60 FPS and real smooth and gorgeous in 4K and HDR and all that other stuff. It looks great.
What's when you play it on 60 performance mode?
No, it's
what's 60 FPS? Because there's like 2 settings you can put it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but it maxed out at 30. It maxed out at 30 on the PlayStation 4.
Okay, on PlayStation 5 though.
On PlayStation 5, it's just 60 FPS across the board, performance or enhanced edition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 60 FPS.
I'll just put it at performance, whatever gives me 60 frames per second steadily all the time. That's what I put it on.
And they updated it as well to like
photo mode.
Well, they had that. Mode. That was a great photo mode. No, but like your armors, there's a setting in the options where you can toggle like armor builds. Excuse me. And basically what that means is like each armor that you equip, you can set, your charms or whatever, you can set it up for that armor. So if you want to,
yeah, so you can swap it out. It takes other charms with that you want for that setup.
Right. But it like as soon as you take off the armor, those charms are available for other armors. Like it doesn't actually swap anything out. It just puts it on the armor set that you want.
Yeah.
So if you want to go exploring and find all the collectibles with that first armor,
you put that armor and it gives you all the proper.
It's already ready to go and everything. So that made it, exploring a little bit better. And then when I knew I was going to get into combat, I would swap to my ghost armor, put that on, and get to work on it. But I mean, I haven't played since like last June or July or whenever it was that it came out.
It came out in June 27th. I know that's when I had the COVID.
So I hadn't played it since then. And like playing with the combat, I was like, oh man, I'm so rusty. I'm so bad at this. Because you remember you have to like right trigger to swap
stances, I think.
Yeah, and then left
like
trigger
water
to swap
stones,
bows,
stones or whatever.
Yeah, you had to press like left trigger to swap to your bow or your smoke bomb or something like that. So I was just trying to like get the feel for it again. But I did a couple of missions in that, and I'm just exploring. And there's also like a new vendor that like sells like weird charms that make the game even harder if you want to do that.
Really?
But you have to put them so like it takes a charm slot in your armor, and then So like you lose the benefit of giving like a buff, and you also make the game
And
harder.
give yourself
on
a
top-
debuff.
Yeah, and give yourself a debuff on top of that. And like every mission that you complete in the new game plus gives you a new flower. It's called like ghost flowers or something like that. It's a new currency that you spend to unlock the rest of the stuff. So I'm giving that a shot again. At the moment, I just wanted something chill that I could sit back with that was like really pretty, and like a PS4 title on PS5, which I hadn't done yet, that had been like enhanced
Yeah.
for the PS5. So I'm checking that out. Been doing a little bit of Outriders as well.
How's that going along?
It's a little buggy. I kind of
That's
took
what I heard.
I kind of took a break from it into like they released some more updates or something.
Yeah, I know it's like some crossplay was where they fixed some crossplay or something like that, and then like some people's content was being deleted or something like that.
Their inventories.
Their
were being
inventories being
deleted.
deleted. Yeah,
And
it's
in
like,
a loot game, that's terrible.
yeah,
If that would have happened to me in Destiny, I would die, dude.
yeah, if you lose all your
I would
shit
quit.
after X amount of hours on there, yeah.
I would quit. But yeah, man, it was a fun week in gaming. Lots of games, as much as I could, because like I was getting home at like 6, which I normally don't do.
6.
Yeah, I was getting home at like 6,
Jesus
so I was
Christ.
leaving work at like 4:35, and then with traffic in 6:10 and
Yeah,
59, I
that
was
time
just
of
getting home
day.
super late. So hopefully this upcoming week I get to stream some more. I was just worn out and beat up, working such long hours. And then I watched some episodes of Who Killed Sarah, which is like that Mexican show that I was telling you, or Spanish show.
Yeah.
I was telling you
show.
Spanish. It is Spanish though. Spanish show I was telling you and Mikkel about.
That's right.
So I'm like 2 more episodes deep on that one. Falcon and Winter Soldier we're caught up on. I haven't watched any anime lately. I need to pick up a new one. Or finish that Gunhead one.
You ever finish My Hero Academia?
Is it finished?
I don't know. I think it is.
I was on the most recent season.
Yeah,
last time
I think it's
they
season
were
5. I think they're on. Me and Mikkel watched it. Watched an episode or two. And we're like, we need a previously on.
I usually wait until they do like 10 dubbed episodes in a row, and then
on Funimation. I think it's out already.
It's already out.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been watching on Hulu, so I'll have to swap over, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd love to catch up on that show. I actually, after you got me into it, I was like, son of a bitch, this show's really fucking fun.
It's I like the first season, the second season, and they kind of like it kind of waned a little bit. And I don't know, something has to happen soon in this next episode.
Yeah, they're kind of like lollygagging.
Because it's kind of like just like, all right, this is what's the story so far. This is what they're doing. Like, okay, but it's nothing like I don't know who the villain is. I guess they're gonna wait to introduce him or something. But I'm just like,
oh yeah, because they got rid of All for One.
Yeah.
All for One, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy with the hand over his face, is he gone?
I think he's
still alive.
Still
right?
looking around, but the other guy that steals everybody's ability, I think they finally caught him. But All Might
killed him with his final punch.
It took all of All Might's power.
Last thing I remember, I'm not sure if I watched past this, but the reporter was like trying to figure out who All Might's like successor was, and he could like make a camera lens come out of any part of his body and print out the pictures. I was like, yo, that's a pretty dope power for what he does. But yeah, I need to get back into that if they have some more dubbed episodes. Who Killed Sarah, and there's a bunch of new stuff that's coming out on Netflix this week, and I haven't really watched too much. Like I said, I was getting home late and just like going to bed, so it was like a little bit of Jersey Shore when I'm bullshitting, and then like How I Met Your Mother whenever I go to bed. Oh, I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. I've seen the garbage you watch.
Like
bro.
what?
I don't know.
Exactly.
So make it up.
No, it's like when like Travis wants to talk to me about like Tiger King. I'm like, bro, get out.
First of all, that show's amazing.
It's garbage.
First of all, that show's amazing. Don't you ever badmouth Tiger King.
Gosh, dude,
Trump should have pardoned him, bro.
Hot. But who did he pardon instead? Lil Wayne and who else?
Lil Wayne. I don't know.
And Rocky ASAP.
But yeah, I don't really have too much going on this week. Like I said, I was just worn the hell out.
No, that's fine.
Didn't really work out at all either, but I kept on my fasting. Didn't really gain any weight anyway. So this week went by pretty quick, and looking forward to next week, dude. How about you? How was your week?
My week was nah. I can't complain. I went back to work, and it was like, all right, it's like mess inside my truck, dude. Like that's one of my pet peeves. Like, yeah, motherfuckers, this is my office.
That also happened to me on Monday.
And it's just there's either trash there, dude. It's like, and I know the guy who runs my route. I'm like, bro, but it's just, and it's the same. And it's like I talked to other drivers about it too, about that driver that leaves trash. He's like, we know the guy.
Right.
We've been all working together forever. It's like if you're gonna leave trash, like I understand you make trash, along the from work, but gather it.
Mm-hmm.
and
Just-
toss it out.
Well, no, you put it in a nice little pile.
That's when you go to your friend's house.
No. You
That's
put
when
it in
you
a
gotta-
nice little pile, and then you wait for the other truck
Stack
driver
it
to
all
get
over
there.
the console and dashboard.
I said the same shit on Monday whenever I got to work. My truck was trash, and I was like, "Well, if my route looks anything like my truck looks, it's gonna be a long week."
Yeah, but so yeah, I mean, so I was like, okay, all right, my truck's trashy. That's fine. Okay, I get these fucking animals. That's what they're gonna do.
This one animal.
Yeah. And then like I was talking to my customer, like, oh, you're back. Thank God. The other guy was showing up at noon, and then sometimes he'd show up again to pick up at almost 6 o'clock. So I'm like, are you serious? Like, yeah, like don't leave, don't go on vacation anymore. I'm like, too bad. I got another one coming up in June.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, I got another one coming up. Yeah, in June. So I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, it was good to have my customers be like, yeah, we're glad you're back. Don't go anywhere. Okay.
I tell you what, you pay me my whole week's salary, and then
Right.
I will definitely stay
Yeah.
at work
Not even then. I don't. I gotta take time away from work
for sure.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying.
yeah. So it was we'll get back to work, back in the swing of things. Monday and Tuesday were fine, and then like Wednesday, Thursday, and today, which is gray and wet, just got rained on. It
Yeah,
sucked.
it was shitty weather.
Yeah, the weather was garbage. Which like in hindsight, like I'm glad I took my vacation when I did because it was nice and sunny the
Yeah,
whole
it was
week. You know, it was
gorgeous.
gorgeous. And then this week it was just wet, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'd rather work in shitty weather, than have vacation in shitty weather. Because like even though I do like staying inside, like I do enjoy getting fresh air and going outside and getting sunlight. So I was like, that's fine. So yeah, it was a little. The weather was kind of crappy. And freaking Thursday, dude. I walked to the warehouse, walked around the corner. I looked at my truck. I'm like, wait a minute. God damn, that's not my truck. They gave me the community truck because my truck was they were doing the yearly,
Oh my
updating and maintenance. Yeah, so it was in the shop for the whole day. I'm like, so I get
They gave you the
the
U-Haul or-
community truck, dude. The one where like all they give it to everybody when they need to put an extra route in.
Spare.
And that's the one where all the rookies drive that one. So it's
Mm.
fucking like everything that's like there's trash everywhere.
Mm.
All the problems in the truck because when you have a problem in the truck, you're supposed to write it up.
Mm.
And the mechanics, at the end of the day, they look at the sheet and like, oh, tire is low or needs new needs to too much play on the wheel or windshield wipers not working or
Right.
stuff like that. But
It doesn't go through your diag board.
no, you physically have to write it up.
Okay.
So the knuckleheads, the key fob was literally just falling apart. I'm like, well, the mechanics ain't here anymore because they're not there in the beginning. So I had to get tape up the key fob just like hold together, and then had to write it like Jesus Christ. Now one of y'all could have written up saying, hey, the key fob is damaged and must replace. No, so I had that truck, and it was a big old diesel engine. So I'm like I couldn't even hear myself think. That's how loud it was. Because my truck it's a gas engine,
Right.
so it's
Quiet.
a lot more quiet compared to the
Chill.
diesel, So that diesel. I'm like, fuck. And then today I walked around the corner. I'm like, oh, my truck's back! Yay!
Yay.
Like, you don't realize how much you like miss your truck when it's not there. It's like fuck.
I also had to do a truck swap this week as well. Yeah.
It sucks.
For what was it? The horn wasn't loud enough.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of how like each car has like two horns in it. Well, one of them was dead, so it was like.
They sound like a
It was
Honda.
like little
My
little
Honda.
bitch horn. It was like.
Mhm.
So they took my truck for that, and then like I already loaded up the spare today because I
Uh-huh.
got back so early. I already loaded it up, and then I get a message like, "Hey, your truck's back for Monday," and I was like, "Well, I already loaded it up.
So
Sorry
ready
about
to
your luck.
go. Yeah.
Sorry about your luck."
Yeah. So work was okay. I can't complain.
And we had a lot of like similar things going on.
yeah, that's what it is, dude. You're gone for 1 week, and like you enjoy it, but you come back, you're like, fuck. All
yeah.
right, what's
Mm.
let's do some damage control.
Yeah. That's all it is.
It's damage control, and that's what happened too. I had like we get these every once in a while you get these driver follow-ups, like if a package is missing, and sure
Yeah.
enough, I got one Monday, I got one Tuesday. I was like, Jesus Christ, what are you guys doing? You know the route. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. But yeah, work was fine. Just minor hiccups here and
Right,
there,
of
but
course.
nothing major. I did my exercises. Actually, I didn't exercise at all during vacation.
Of course.
So me and Mikkel were like, okay, Saturday we woke up at a good time. We did our exercise. We got back in routine. Sunday we did it again. Monday evening, Tuesday, and then just back to extra. Like I was exercising Monday night, dude. My fat hurt.
Your fat hurt.
That's how much pain not pain, but I was like just from bouncing around and stretching, and I was like, I got my fat hurts. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's what I get for taking a week off, dude. I felt it and the scale did not lie. Like I looked at it, the graph, like on the app that's keeping track of it. That motherfucker just skyrocket. I was like, oh God, a big old spike up.
Oh
I'm like,
no.
oh shit. I was like, okay. Just get back into what you're doing, Rick. Go back into your eating your fruits and vegetables, your exercising and all that stuff like that.
The food pyramid.
The food pyramid. Mine is the
Sultan.
ninjutsu. But mine is the so just getting back to the habit of things and exercising. So that was good. Just enjoying it. And I just we went every day. Minus we didn't go today because we were getting ready for the show. And I even felt it too. My shoulder sore again. My legs were sore again. So it felt good just to feel that, just exercising again and going out for walks and stuff. Because I needed it. And the thing is,
how much did you gain?
Oh, I was up to like 177 at one point.
10 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh.
And now I'm down to like 170. The weird thing is, I'm telling you, dude, my weight is staying at 170, but my pants are still fitting, like they're not tight. Like I could still like. So I'm guessing Mikhail's like, what we need to measure now instead of your weight is your chest and your gut.
Mhm.
You know,
You got to get one of those the ones that like wrap around and like clip on, and then you press the thing and it like closes in on you to see where you're at.
yeah. So that's I need. Maybe I need to do that. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, going back to exercising, that felt good. The usual kettlebell stuff. I need to get back into working yoga, back into my rotation, just stretching better. Just have some
Always
recovery days.
good.
Yeah, because like when my arms get sore. And and then I'll get back into the next day, and I just go light on the reps. It's like, no, Rick, just take a whole day to recover, that we can come back into it and hit it hard again instead of just kind of going like.
Whenever I wake up in the morning, I do like a various amount of stretches. So like I cannonball, I do down dog, cat cows, and all that stuff for my back. And then the one where you're on. What is it called? Where you like stretch all the way out like that on your
knees out, like a
knees out,
kind of
all the way
like a
out.
frog.
Yeah, frog pose or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Just like nice, good stretches in the morning to like get everything loose and ready to go. And then in the morning, whenever I get on my truck, mine has rails going across it, so I hang.
That's what
I
I
don't
need to
do
do.
pull-ups or nothing, but I just hang from it for like 30 seconds every day, and then like
Just get that pressure off.
every 5 stops, I'll sit there and hang, and you just hear it all the way down my back. Good, dude.
Yeah, and we're working on the garage. We want to clean it out. I was talking to my coworker Celia. She's like, I told her I wanted to buy a rack. She's like, you could buy mine. I was like, okay, maybe
Bet.
I will. Maybe I will.
Is she one of the ones that ordered it for New Year's resolution?
I have no idea, right? Yeah,
That you
so I
delivered?
want to do chin ups, pull ups, and I want to attach. And I bet my goal is I want to buy some battle ropes and attach to it, so I could just swing that bitch around. But we gotta clean out the garage. But we're in the process of that. So, as for gaming, did a lot of Demon Souls, which is pretty awesome because like I was playing last night and somebody just walks in there like, hey, any help? I'm like, and I didn't recognize the name. I was like, oh, you're new here. Who are you? He's like, no, I'm just wondering.
How welcoming.
Yeah, no, the thing is, because your regulars, you know,
Right,
and so I was like,
right.
but I wasn't like saying like, hey, who are you? But I was like, oh,
Who the
hey,
fuck are
you're
you,
new,
guy?
you're new guy. What's up? And he was like, oh yeah, I played the game, so if you need help with any boss or something, let me know. I'm like, yeah, just from playing Bloodborne back in October and just playing Demon Souls now, like I could tell there's a community with that kind of game because people would just come in there and just like start talking to you about it. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
They also like to watch people fail.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but yeah, do they?
Oh yeah, I like to go watch
Fail
freaking,
runs?
like fail runs on Dark Souls,
I'm the
Demon
opposite.
Souls.
I like when they do like no hit runs or
like
like
those too.
no clothing runs or like no armor runs or stuff like that.
Those are fun too.
I'm impressed with those. But yeah, so and that happened like twice. And somebody else came in also like, hey, I like the podcast. I'm like, oh, thank you. I was like,
thanks.
I didn't even think anybody listened to that. Well, yeah, I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, so I had a couple people come in while I was streaming Demon Souls. I'm still stuck on 3. No, I actually killed a boss that was in 3-1. Do you remember that place where it's like it's called Prison of Hope? It's just a bunch of the level is a bunch of layers, and there's a lot of those mind flayers walking around.
No, man, it's been such a long time.
You know what the mind flayers are? The ones with the octopus head, like the Cthulhu-like creatures.
Okay.
Those guys are running around, and they have a little bell. If they make a sound and they make a spark, and they'll catch and like they'll stun you, and they'll kind of like open up their like all the tentacles and just
So they
throw you back
anti
down.
you.
So they'll eat you. Yeah, no, they'll eat you. They'll eat you real good. And so they'll do some damage like that, or they'll fling some spells. You know.
I don't
So-
recall, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Oh, you gotta play.
I remember-
Yeah, dude, how do you got all these PlayStation games but not that
Hey,
one?
man, I'm working on it, dude. I gotta cut. I gotta
For
cut through 'em.
real?
I gotta cut through them, bro.
For real?
How do you only have one PlayStation game?
That's that game. Okay, anyways, you should play that one honestly.
I mean, you should play The Witcher, but honestly,
I would have. I didn't lose the bet though. You never came through with Bloodborne.
I still have it. It's downloaded.
Yeah, but it's been like 4 months.
It's been through 4 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get to it.
sure.
I'll get to it.
Don't take bets with you
I'll
ever.
get to it.
Yeah.
I'm not a Welcher. I'll get to it.
But anyways, so yeah, so I'm fighting the mind flayers, and I finally find the boss. I was like, okay, there's apparently this boss is she makes duplicates of herself. She's not hard, but she like you fight her, she disappears, comes back with duplicates, like 2 extra ones. You got to
Mhm.
find the real one and attack her, and then she disappears. Then makes more duplicates. You know, and then it becomes a point of surviving all the magic missiles and trying to find the right one. So I killed her. I was like, oh, great, awesome, appreciate it, good job, did it. But the fog door was still there. I'm like, or where's the bonfires? I get out of here. I look around the room, like nothing. Where's the demon, the soul? You know, get out of here. Enter the room. She's right there again. I'm like, son of a bitch. And Anthony, he was in chat. He's like, all right, Rick, can you help? I'm like, yes. He's like, good, because I have it pulled up. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, balcony. I'm like, fuck. Okay, so I gotta go to the balcony. You gotta do something there, and then you come back down and you fight him. So after like 3 attempts on that boss, I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. And I had to go back in there and do that. Like, oh, great, okay. And of course, all the time I used up all of my freaking green herbs. So which one? Water?
No. I was talking about your health.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted water.
No, I'll grab that.
Yeah. So yeah, so I used up all my green herbs. Like, great. So now I gotta go farm that again. And then like I fucked up, and you know how you can upgrade your weapon? Like you can upgrade your weapons using different materials, and sometimes after a certain point, you can start all over with a different gemstone crafting mat, and it's slightly lower than you have, but when you keep adding to it, it out levels what you currently have. So I
Right.
did that, right? But I didn't have enough materials to make it as strong. I was like, shit, just weakened my best freaking attack weapon. I was like, great.
It happens.
Yeah, I know. And the
handicap
thing,
yourself.
and the thing is, like, you can't be like, okay, stop, save, or stop, load, save. Like, no, the game is there's only like one save
That's
file, so
right.
it doesn't go back. Like, you make a decision, like,
There's no manual save, auto save. It's
yeah,
just one.
and
thing.
yeah, I was like, touche from software, touche. You got
Touche,
me.
you
Like,
sons of
yeah,
bitches.
you not the game hard, but even just trying to save and go back, and if I fuck up, like the game says you have to be committed. I'm like,
Thanks.
okay, now I know. I'm not gonna commit to anything. I'm gonna stick to everything that I like and keep it that way. But yeah, I did a lot of Demon Souls and it was fun. I enjoyed it. But I do want to take a break and I kind of want to focus on Final Fantasy VII, and because I want to go back to that, and I don't want, like, I figured if I could just do 1 week Souls, 1 week of Final Fantasy VII, that way
Seems like a
I
good
could keep
balance.
it fresh and not be like, oh, where was I again and stuff like that.
Yeah, seems like a good balance.
Yeah. What else? As for TV, I watched the Persona 5 anime while I was exercising, and I want to say there was something else that I saw on TV. A couple episodes of Dr. Stone. I think that's about it. If I think of something.
That's
let
all
you know.
good.
Oh, in the garden. I don't know if you saw some pictures that Mikhail posted.
Oh
up.
yeah. I've been watching
the
that.
tomatoes are coming out,
Mhm.
are popping up. The cilantro is going crazy. So I'm just
Yep.
waiting for my
Did y'all put any peppers in there?
Yeah, some sweet green peppers.
Sweet green.
Yeah.
What about the hot stuff?
Some banana peppers.
About the hot
Some
stuff?
jalapenos. I want to get some
Not even
jalapenos, but
just the little the little ones.
the little ghost peppers and
Oh,
shit,
dude,
habanero
love that
ones.
shit.
No, look, it'll kill Mikkel. She'll freaking melt.
Love it.
She'll look like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like when they open the covenant.
They open the ark.
Yeah, I can't do that to her.
No.
Yeah, so I did a lot of that, and we did a lot of house projects too while we were on vacation last week. But other than that, it was pretty good. And
That's
then
good.
took some notes along the way
Yeah.
for the stuff.
Well, what you got?
Did you watch the Nintendo presentation for the Indie World?
There was a Nintendo presentation for the anime?
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed that. Enlighten me, Rick.
It was 25 minutes. We'll talk about it.
Holy
real quick,
shit,
guys. It was 25 minutes.
25
Yeah, it wasn't that
minutes.
bad. It wasn't that bad. Let me see. It was
That's a lot. That's a lot of minutes.
No, you should exactly. You should have sat down and watch it.
I didn't even know they had one. They didn't announce it to anything that I follow. So
You don't follow Nintendo on Reddit?
yeah, but I didn't see anything on there.
Really?
Once again, lots of late nights.
Okay. So the indie showcase, they had one called a couple of games here that I saw. They had Road 96.
Okay. Explain.
Procedurally story driven game.
Explain yourself.
Exactly. So you play as a little boy.
So it's like a choose your own adventure game?
Yeah, and you're hitchhiking, and every decision leads to something else. And like, there's like a 1,000.
First off, don't hitchhike. What is this? 1970?
I don't know what it is.
You know?
Yeah, but it's like a procedurally generated story narrative game. I'm like,
okay,
I'm already out there. Like, you know me. When it comes to like narrative driven games, like to me, I'm like interactive storybooks. Cool. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, like I saw that, like, someone will like it. I don't know. I mean, some people do this. You know, if you like what remains of Edith Finch and Telltale Games and stuff like that, you might like.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah,
or is
those
it
kinda
more
games.
like Disco Elysium narrative?
I don't think it's like CRPG narrative driven like that.
Okay.
I mean, not
Okay.
like. At least I don't think it's like that. I
Okay.
mean, I could be wrong. They had another one called Aerial Knights, Never Yield. It's like a beat rhythm game. They tried to make it sound like it's a platformer, but like, I don't think. I mean, it was a lot of like emphasis with the music and stuff. I was like, okay, but maybe I don't know.
Did you ever see or play like Bit Trip Runner
Never heard of it.
or Runner 3 or anything like that? It was a rhythm game, but it is a platformer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an auto runner. So the music starts, your character runs across the screen, and then you just basically jump to avoid, jump or slide. Yeah, so like it goes with the music. So every time you clear an obstacle by jumping over it or going under it, it makes like the beat better.
Mm-hmm.
And as you collect more things along the route, the music gets better. And
Yeah.
it's like really, really cool game if you're into like rhythm or platform games at all. Because your timing has to be like on point with the drums and the bass and everything like that. It's a really, really cool game. So if it's anything like that, I'd be down to check it out. But as far as like Crypt of the Necro Dancer or
like the Crypt of the Necro Dancer, the one like that had like the mashup with Legend of Zelda,
right?
Like I would be interested in just like hanging out and watching that one because like I like the Legend of Zelda music,
right?
So just to hear that, I'd be cool. Like if Mikkel plays it, I'm like, yeah, I'll
right.
I'll hang
but
out.
You're not gonna play.
But me, as for me
Right,
playing
got
it, yeah, I'll be like,
got it.
Nah, I'll play Hades or something.
Play
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like I know some
Not your
people get
game.
and some people get triggered like with this game. I'm like, yeah, I guess, But to me, it's not. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. It's not my interest,
Fair enough.
So they had another one called Last Stop from Annapurna Interactive. Those are the guys who make What Remains of Edith Finch. What?
Oh, okay.
What kicking me for?
No, I was trying to get you to actually face the camera a little bit.
The Twitch is just for extra. The podcast is the main part.
Okay,
like if they
go
want to
ahead.
like hang out, that's cool. That's fine.
Okay.
And you guys can watch me at OS Rick Stream. Okay, so yeah, like I said,
Alright.
the streaming part is extra.
Okay.
It's about the podcast, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So they have Last Stop. It's like another did he say this is a narrative driven game. It is. So I was like, okay, cool. Ollie Ollie, world
that's a old
skateboard
school one.
platformer. Yeah, that one looked pretty cool. There's a little skateboarder and just
Yeah.
jumping around platforming. Okay, that sounds not bad. The Longing,
Never heard of it.
you know what? That was okay. Yeah, you see, I wrote it down and I forgot about it already. That's kind of
Okay.
like like that's kind of like I'm not like dogging on the game, but it's like it just didn't leave much of an impression.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll check it out later.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like 25 minutes. The one that did catch my eye was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's
Oh,
Revenge.
man. I did see that.
That one looked fucking badass.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Turtles in Time,
Yes.
old school.
Yeah, the one from Konami way
Yeah,
back
dude.
when on Super Nintendo. Like, even that has the
Mhm.
pixelated art and everything. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm into that.
that one I will try out. Like, I'll actually like buy that one and play it. That looks like fun.
Yeah,
Like
it looked really good.
yeah, because the thing is, like, when Streets of Rage came out, it's on Xbox Game Pass. Like, I played it. Okay, cool. But like, I don't know who these characters are.
Right.
So I was like, I never played any of the previous Streets of Rage. I played Final Fight, the Capcom version one. So
I played Streets of Rage 2 was the last one that I played.
yeah,
That was on Genesis, I think.
was it?
I think so. That was a while
Yeah.
back.
So I didn't play any. So when I played it on the Xbox Game Pass, like okay, cool. But like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just looking at that one and the style and everything, I was like, oh man, like fun. I
Mhm.
can't wait. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah,
I
when
wanna
does
play
that one come out, by the way?
That one they just said later this year.
Okay.
So
I'll
we'll
accept
see.
that. I want to
We'll see.
accept I mean, I will accept a non-release date as a release date as long as they say it's coming out this year. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that because nowadays everything getting delayed.
Yeah.
Everything. Bro.
Yeah. I had another one called Chris Tales. It was like a JRPG with kind of like time elements where like not so much freeze time or stop time, but like you could like certain elements you could like send them like make your enemies like super young so you could make them weak or make them super old and stuff like that. I forgot, I don't know how exactly how it plays, but I saw that one. One that also interests me was Getsu Fumaden, Undying Moon from Konami. It actually looked like a side
Konami's
scroller.
putting out games.
I know that's what surprised me.
Holy shit!
That's not a pachinko, Metal Gear Solid.
What?
Yeah. So I saw that one, and it looks like a side scroller action game, but it has that Japanese that feudal Japan style artwork. You know, with that the paintbrush strokes and everything.
Okay,
and,
I get what you're talking
the
about.
old school samurais and the monsters. You know, the dragons. Like they have like you see like the old school like Yakuza tattoos, dragons. That kind of artwork,
Right.
like that. So that's what it looked like. Like I think just looking at that one, that looks like
The art style is nice.
Yeah, the art style alone is like, oh,
I got you.
try it out. So-
I've fallen in love with games before just because of the art style.
Yeah, like I said, like I'll give it a shot. It puts it on my radar, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying it's gonna be a great game, but I want to look at it. And it's from Konami too, because like when's the last time you heard anything from Konami?
Pachinko machines.
Pachinko machines
Not putting out another Metal Gear Solid game.
and doing that retro console back in E3. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
what
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was terrible.
So
Terrible ideas, guys.
yeah. There's one called Aztec Forgotten Gods. It looks like
Sounds racist.
it's a Mexican company. They're
Oh, never mind. I take it all back.
it's culturally appropriate.
It's culturally appropriate.
Yeah, so it's basically like if the Aztec way of life was still alive now, and it was like integrated with tech,
Okay.
you know. So
Okay.
you see Quetzalcoatl, Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
You see him, but he's all like digitalized with metal components and stuff like
That
that.
sounds dope.
And you're jumping around like some one of the
Why does
warrior
that
girls.
Why does that remind me of like Horizon Zero Dawn for some reason? But like,
that could be, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's
that
a little
kind of
bit.
that's something ancient with like modern touch to it.
Right. Exactly. That's what it sounds like. That sounds dope though. I always like that kind of shit.
Skull, the Hero Slayer.
Yeah.
That one that's been it was on early access and it came out on Steam.
Right.
That's coming out on Switch.
Nice.
So when I was looking at the preview, I saw it. They're playing, and I say stop. What is that?
You said
I said,
stop. And you pointed at the
I hit
screen.
stop. I hit
Okay.
stop. I did that Leonardo DiCaprio, like putting down my beer and the cigarette. Yeah. I was like, what is that? It's beheaded from Dead Cells. One of the heads, because the whole point of the game is you have different skulls that have different properties,
Right.
different skills, and one of them you get beheaded. So
Okay.
he looks just like he has like some abilities that he has from Dead Cells. I'm like,
Right.
holy shit!
So
Yeah,
they
he
did a
has a little get up and
crossover?
everything. I don't know if it's a crossover. Maybe it's just kind of like a little nod to it or something like that.
Because you know, I did have a note in here for you actually.
Curse of the Dead Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did
I
have
saw
that
that
in
one.
there.
Yeah, I saw that one. It's on sale too. I might pick that one up.
Yeah, and they had that crossover with Dead Cells. They're adding in the heavy glaive, and what was the other one?
I forgot what
It was like a
I didn't look at the
sword.
details, but yeah.
So they added in some stuff and like little perks and stuff from Dead Cells, and I was like, oh, Rick would love that shit.
exactly. Because how the pose of the main protagonist of Curse of the Dead Gods, and he's in the pose just as beheaded. I'm like,
Right, and he's got the fucking
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, man, okay.
he sucked
Yeah,
me
you
into
got
that,
me. Yeah, one of my
son
favorite
a
indie
bitch.
games. Yeah, I got it, and it's on sale. And I got.
Is it on sale?
Yeah, it's on sale, and I know Miles gave me that Steam gift card. Like, perfect.
probably just buy that right now.
Yeah. They had another one called Art of Valley, Kiwi, Labyrinth City, House of the Dead remake, Ender Lilies. That one looked
the
interesting.
House of the Dead remake. Jesus.
So, like,
Christ.
are
Is
you
it a
gonna, like-
remake or is it a remaster?
It's a remake.
They said remake, but it looks exactly like the game.
Because
looks.
because it came out in arcade way back in
Right, and
late
Dreamcast.
90s. Yeah,
as well.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like am I gonna use the Joy-Con to shoot or something? Or is it gonna use motion controls or something?
Think
'Cause
so.
I don't think there's no such thing as a light gun out for the Switch.
No, but I'm pretty sure that they'll have something where you could just, you know how like they have the little steering wheels for the Joy-Cons for like Mario Kart and stuff. I'm pretty sure you could just do something like that and just point at the
You're
screen.
probably right. Yeah,
Probably be something super
like a
simple. that would-
peripheral, kind of like the ring
$5.
or something.
Exactly. Exactly
It'll
like
come
that.
with the peripheral. You put the Joy-Cons. You attach one Joy-Con here, another one there.
But even then, you could hold the Joy-Con in your hand I mean,
Which
pretty
is
close, and
dumb,
just
or I guess I don't know how you hold
just
it.
click and while it's at the screen or
Yeah.
something. You could do something like that. I'm not sure how it works, but I saw that. It was like the trailer was going up all over the place because that one got remake, and then like Shadow Man or some shit like that had gotten like a remaster. I forget what the name of the game is. I never played it, but like everybody was making these big deals about these two games. And I was like, first of all,
I don't know Shadow Man.
Shadow Man or I gotta look it up.
Shadow
It
Runner?
wasn't like really on my radar to be honest. But yeah, like I saw like a few remakes and remasters coming out, and I was like, man, this is fucking lots of remakes and remasters lately, dude. It's like a lot.
So yeah, I saw that one. And I saw the Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. That one looked. It also looked pretty good. It looked like a side scrolling.
Shadow Man, yeah, Shadow Man relaunched or remastered.
The fuck
Excuse
is
me.
Shadow Man?
I don't know.
I gotta look. I gotta
It
look
came
that
out
one
on like
then.
PS2 or something.
I gotta
PS2
look at that
era.
one then. Yeah. And Beast of Maravilla Island. It looks like a Pokemon Snap picture. And then I saw Fez. That one's coming out on the freaking
Switch?
Switch. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
good.
played it when it came out on Xbox Gold. That's when I first played it, way back when during 360 days,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked it a lot
It's a great game.
because it's a platformer game, but you hit the bumpers and it moves a whole world, and it
Mm-hmm.
just from changing it changes your perspective and what you can reach and can't reach, and it changes the whole game. And
Right.
I think it's really clever,
Mhm.
So and I never completed it back when on the 360. So
Yeah.
now that it's coming out on Switch, I think it'll be perfect to play that one. I can't wait. So I'm excited for that one. I think that's one already out. So
That one's a good one. I have that one on PS Plus, on Steam and stuff. Did you ever see the documentary that they were featured in? It was Super Meat Boy. The Super Meat Boy developers, the two guys. Fez, it was just the one guy, and it was like
Castle Crash or something like that. Like
no,
bunch
it
of indie
wasn't.
guys.
It wasn't Castle Crashers. It was the guy who made The Witness, but also did Braid.
Okay,
You know what I'm talking about. I don't know their names. I
remember Braid,
apologize.
yeah.
But they had like this whole deal with Fez. Like this one guy was still making the game, and it was like pretty much him by himself. But originally he had like a partner, and then like they had kind of like a falling out, and he was just trying to like get him to sell his portion of the company or
Really?
whatever. Like they were going through like this whole drama on just this documentary. If you've never seen it, I have to look up
Yeah, find it.
the name of it, but it was a really good doc, especially because it's like really early in like the 360 arcade days. Like
Yeah.
Super Meat Boy releases, and they're talking about like they were like trying to be on the front page of Xbox Live dashboard, and this is before this is back when the dashboard had the little
panels.
the slide panels. You know what I'm talking about? So like it was a really really well done documentary, and it just follows them like through the development process to like an E3, and then like with all the drama and the bullshit, and then like
And the marketing
and the
getting
marketing
things
and all that
ready.
stuff, and it's just like these independent guys, and like if you're into video gaming and you wanted to make video games like that documentary was really well done because you see like all the trials and tribulations, but also like the great success that you can have if you make a great game.
Yeah, and I think just having a platform to go and putting it on makes a big difference because I know that's when I started hearing and actually looking at different indie games was during the Xbox Summer Gold or Summer of Game of Summer or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's because during every summer,
Games of Summer,
yeah, Games of Summer, they would always have just independent games that would come out and
Bionic
they'd put them
Commando,
they'd put them on the
Shadow
radars.
Complex, and
That one, and there was another one called that I played. It's called Deadlight. It was like a side scroller zombie survival game, but it's very
Oh, yeah, I
very
remember that.
melancholy and moody. Very dark, and it was like it took place like in Seattle, so it was just like that's why I got to see a lot of these indies. So and that's where I first saw Fez, and I actually played it and I enjoyed it. And
yeah, Fez is a great game.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
glad
wait.
it's getting a new platform, but I don't think that guy, the original developer, I don't think he's a part of that company anymore. Just
probably not.
in all fairness and I guess like full disclosure, like I don't even think he's a part of his own
company?
game anymore, which is crazy to think about. Like I think he sold it off to somebody and just like fucking chunked deuce out of the gaming industry, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess
It
that's
is
not
what
for
it is.
everybody.
Nah,
Yeah,
but I mean, he made a great game.
yeah,
He made a great game.
yeah. So when I saw Fez, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I want to play that one. That really is a good, charming game, and I really suggest it to you guys.
And that's
you
a
guys,
very
yeah.
casual game to play
Yeah.
on the Switch too. It's not like super intensive.
It's not demanding. Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Like you don't have to be pressing a bunch of buttons.
Nah.
Right bumper,
And
left
just
bumper,
explore and listen to
X.
music and just look around, and it's
Yeah.
really good. And then they had the last one I saw was Oxen Free 2.
Oh yeah.
I played the first one, and like I said, it's one of those games like Night in the Woods, heavy on the narrative and stuff like that. And it wasn't a bad game. Like I know I'm not the biggest fan of like narrative driven games, but that one I think actually was pretty good because you could go around and they flesh out these characters and they go to this island where it's like where two dimensions start overlapping, it just becomes super paranormal weirdness and shit. And when I was playing that game, like it was actually pretty freaking creepy. Like holy crap, this is pretty trippy. So I mean, Oxen Free, like I probably won't buy it, but if I just see some gameplay or see somebody like one of my friends streaming it or something, I'll probably check it out. But
Nice.
yeah, that all came out. That was back on the 14th. So that was what, Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got, Bubba? Oh, what do I got?
Yeah, you got anything good?
Oh boy. I mean, let's see here. The first thing I want to talk about, since we were talking about Dark Souls games earlier, is Mortal Shell got a PC update. Did you see that?
You got an update?
Yeah. You know what they did?
What?
They added DirectX 12. They added DLSS, and they added ray tracing to the game.
Really?
Yeah. So free update for all those PC Mortal Shell owners.
I played it
on
I
Epic.
enjoyed it.
You get a free update. It includes ray tracing, DirectX 12, and DLSS. That is out now. It is available. I think it's like 1.09 gigs worth, so it's not something too crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I think the game was like 11.
They showed like the
24.
the comparisons between the two, like with ray tracing on, full ultra everything, and then with no DLSS, and then with DLSS, it was like a 50 or 60 frame jump.
Really?
So yeah, it went from like 50, 55 frames with ray tracing up to like 100, 105, 120 frames.
Because even when I
second.
was playing the regular version, the base version when it came out, when I played it back in February, I
Mhm.
mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was looking good.
Right.
Great looking.
It looks even better now
Okay, yeah, I
with
guess it's looking better.
with the ray tracing.
Because yeah, I mean, a lot of details, like different shells that you get into.
Mhm.
The one that I did, like Aerodrim, I think was his name, the super tanky one, and
Right.
his armor had a bunch of scales just hanging off, and little crucifix and little ramparts hanging off his chest. I mean, off his armor and stuff. So like just noticing it off the base game, I saw these details. I thought that was great. So
Mhm.
I guess with this upgrade,
Let's check it out again. Maybe.
maybe I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Right now, Demon Souls is on the helm.
Maybe not. I mean, you've also played through Persona 5 like 3 times.
Oh, Persona 5 is excellent. It is. That's. I love that game.
I know. You got one? You
Yeah.
want me to keep going?
No, I don't know.
Okay. You do that while I'm
We'll just alternate it. So I was looking at gameplay for Returnal. They had a trailer for the the Hostels trailer.
Yeah.
They basically just showed enemy characters and gameplay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a PS5 exclusive. So
Mhm.
that one, I think that's the game I thought Outriders was gonna be.
What do you mean? Explain.
Where it's like a third person view, action adventure, you have powers, and it's mostly just single player, just action game like that. I thought it was gonna be more like that, kind of like a single player RPG. I didn't think it was gonna be like Outrider. I didn't know that Outriders was gonna be a live service game.
I don't know if it's live service.
Outriders?
Yeah.
Isn't
It's
it? I thought
more
it
like-
was.
Not
Get loot and
really.
shoot
It's a
and
looter
hang out.
shooter.
Yeah.
Live service is more like an MMO or like Destiny or something like that. Like there's no battle pass, there's no DLC plan for it. There's no this is the game and like that's it. Like so far. Like there's no live service, like they're not putting out seasonal content updates or anything like that. Like what you see is what you get. It is the game. It's just a looter shooter. So like a live service to me what that means is like an MMO where like they keep on updating the game every, I don't know,
Yeah.
3-6 months, every year, whatever it is, with new seasons, new items, new
Battle passes.
things like that. That's a live service game. Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever you want to call it. But that game so far, what has been announced is that's it. Like that's the only thing that's
Is
coming
it?
out. For it.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be a live service game where they're gonna have like
No, it's not
stuff
Anthem.
coming out.
It's not.
Well,
It's not Marvel's Avengers.
I thought it was gonna be kind of like that, where they're gonna start having content and battle passes. I figured they just didn't announce it because it's month 1.
No, it's from everything that I've seen about that game so far. It's just like that's it. That's the game.
Okay.
That's all they were putting out. From People Can Fly, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that that was it so far. If the game did well, then they would plan DLCs afterwards.
Then it becomes a live service.
But I still don't consider that live service. Like just because a game puts out DLC doesn't make it.
Well, see, I will consider live service when it's like you play with other people and have not so much multiplayer. Yeah, you could consider it multiplayer, but live service, like they're constantly just upgrading and putting new weapons and just maybe not so much content in like the actual maps, but content as in like here's more loots or here's another raid or stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they don't have any of that stuff. They have the end game is like exploration mode, and it's just like rifts and Diablo. Like that's about it so far. It's nothing
Okay.
crazy. It's nothing like over the top. It's just a nice chill casual game. It's nothing competitive, or you don't even have to play with anybody to go through the whole game or end game for that matter. You
Yeah,
can just do
I
it
know
all
you
yourself.
could play. I heard you could play by yourself. I don't know how much
I mean, you
is
can't play
possible.
offline at all, which is what part of the problem
Yeah,
was for the first week.
yeah.
But that's
Can
also
you do that now?
Diablo. But that's also Diablo. You know what I mean? Like no, like Diablo,
Can't play.
you can't play Diablo offline either.
Really
So you have to play online. So if you want to consider that a live game, then yes, that is considered a
interesting.
online only single player / multiplayer game. If you wanted it to be, you can close off your party and just play by yourself, just like in Diablo. It's pretty much Diablo, but like Gears of War loot. I don't know, Gears of War view
Because
with loot.
I don't know. I just got vibes that this is a live service game, kind of like a Destiny esque. I wouldn't say clone, but esque along. It runs along some of the main points and stuff like that.
No,
But anyway, when I was looking at Returnal, I was like, wow, like this is the to like dodge and weave and get around and stuff. And like maybe this is what I was thought Outrider was gonna be, where it's like playing. We have to like play tight. I don't know. I mean, when I was just playing Outrider, I didn't feel like I was playing tight. It felt like I could just use my specials, use abilities, get your health back, shoot.
mindless fun.
Yeah. I just from looking at Returnal, it looks like okay, I gotta play tight. I gotta like sit up and and
Gotta get
and
your gamer mode on.
Yeah, and do executions. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, just seeing this trailer, it looked really good. Just the way the movement was, where she's like just jump in the air and dodges out the way, like like iframes, like like dodging and using your iframes to get out of
Right.
stuff. I'm like, this might be more of what I was looking for.
It is roguelike as well as
I think so. I don't know.
From
Yeah,
what I
mean,
understood about
that's
the
what I
game.
heard. Yeah, because
Every run's
Every
different.
die, yeah, it's procedurally. Maybe procedurally. I don't know if it's procedurally, but you die, you come back, and you get some stuff. I don't know. But yeah, look at the gameplay. I was like, wow, this actually looks good.
When's that one due?
It's the
May?
30th, I think.
May? No, I got
May?
pushed back. That's what I thought.
4:30. Yeah, April 30th.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I saw that. I don't know, man. I guess chat. You guys let me know whether it's a live service game or not. But I swear, freaking Outriders looks like a live service game. I saw Jason Schreier. He tweeted out that Days Gone 2 was rejected in 2019 and is not in development at Sony Bend Studios.
So ain't.
So why do you think that's it? You're just your speculation.
Why do I think that is?
Yeah.
Because they want to put out Last of Us 1.5, I guess, the remake.
Like,
or
so if
remastered.
you were head at Sony, why? What?
The game didn't do that well.
That's what it was.
It didn't. It didn't do
I
it.
guess they didn't bring in the numbers that
Ghost of
Tulu did.
Tsushima or TLOU or Spider-Man or Ratchet and Clank or whatever it is. You mean, name your fucking other game. God of War, Uncharted.
Name your open world.
Name your other open world game.
That's just the one just didn't make it.
It just didn't hit until like 6 months after the fact. And there's a certain select group of people that do like it. I'm one of those people. But I liked it from day one. I just took a little bit of a break from it because I think at that time, we had in a 6 month time frame, you had Resident Evil 3,
when did it release? I forgot.
Final Fantasy 7 remake, all that stuff had all come out around the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
unless I'm in the wrong year.
Well, I know Final Fantasy for sure was a year ago a year to like April 10th for sure. When does Days Gone release?
26th of April 2019. What came out in 2019? We had just started the podcast.
2019?
Yeah. So Death Stranding.
Death Stranding was in
November. Right. 2019. Yeah. So Death Stranding came out that year. Days Gone came out that year. What else came out that year? I can't recall.
In 2019.
Been a while. Been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. No, what was the game of the year for 2019 then? That's when you had Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. What else was in there?
I'm looking it up. Nope, that wasn't it. Ooh, yeah, it was Sekiro. You're correct.
Sekiro, Death Stranding. What else was in there? Red Dead 2019.
I think so. Yeah. No. Uh, I have to look it up.
Who knows?
Yeah, but Death Stranding had, I don't know, 10 nominations. Outer World, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Brothers, Control,
So they just got shuffled. They just kind of got shuffled in the mix when it
more
came out.
Destiny 2, Gris, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Gears 5.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it had just gotten mixed in the shuffle like with all the other games. I think, oh yeah, I'd taken a break from it and then I came back to it. But I had a blast in that game. I really do enjoy Days Gone. And it comes out on PC on the 18th.
That's what I heard.
18th.
That's what I saw.
The fact that it's not getting a part 2 it's a bummer. But not all games need a part 2 or a sequel or.
And there's sometimes you just gotta like, hey, some games just can't make the cut. Like you gotta say, hey, we gotta go.
Facts.
You know, because if you make remakes and remasters and sequels for every game, like you'll always be just doing remakes, remasters.
We'll be on Halo 6 this year.
Halo Infinite.
We're on fucking Call of Duty 2500. I mean, not all games need sequels or story progression or anything like that. So, the fact that the game is out, it's getting a new audience on PC in a month. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'm pretty sure if it does well on PC, which I'm assuming it will, given that they're doing the DLSS treatment, the 4K treatment, the 21:9 ultra wide support,
the facelift, make it pretty, and all.
They
that
already
stuff,
did that for PS5, so they're giving the extra little bells and whistles to the PC version as well. So if it does better than Horizon Zero Dawn did at launch, if it's on par with like Death Stranding, then it'll do phenomenal. But if it launches rocky, kind of like Horizon did,
yeah,
I don't see it going too far.
Yeah.
If it does well like Death Stranding, I think it'll do well. But anyway,
maybe it could breathe new life into it. Who knows? It's just
a great game.
Yeah, who knows the decision that what.
It's a great game. It's not the strongest story, but the gameplay loop is fun. The open world was very, very nice looking and fun to explore and get yourself into trouble in and all that other stuff. It's just a
Deacon St. John.
Deacon St. John, dude.
It's a unique name.
Great fucking game.
That's a unique name.
I mean, he wasn't as bikery as I would have liked. Does that make sense? Like, he wasn't like fucking Sons of Anarchy, fucking.
Because I think that's what the guy said. I think the guys
yeah.
were like, okay, we like Sons of Anarchy and we like The Walking Dead. We want to make a game out of that. Like,
he was very much Norman Reedus's character from like Walking Dead, like very much like that. Like, he started off kind of like an asshole, but then like kind of liking him and stuff.
You realize, hey, there's a reason why he's like this.
Yeah. But he just wasn't like an asshole all the way through. He was like helping out people. He was like trying to help as much as he could. Yeah, it's a great game, guys. If you haven't played it and you have PS5, I mean, it's free, right? Free this month.
The PlayStation Collection. It came out the PlayStation Collection,
and it's on the collection
or the PS5.
Well. If you have a PS4, shit, check it out. It's free this month, so go get it.
I think that PlayStation does have a good job with that. With their, I mean, they don't have a live service game like Xbox Game Pass, but you know, sometimes they have some bangers when it comes out on their PlayStation Plus. And sometimes you get Farm Sim 2020 or European Truck Sim. You know, sometimes you get some sneakers.
Kelly might like that.
Kelly will like that. Yeah, we're gonna buy her the wheel, the Logitech steering wheel.
They have a fucking Logitech farming rig.
I don't know.
They do. I'm saying it's a steering wheel, gas pedal, brake pedal, and then they have a little fucking switchboard for all your stuff. Yeah,
because I was talking to my it was around the beginning of the year.
It's like $200.
I was watching my coworker Celia. She was streaming, and she was streaming American Truck Sim.
Oh god!
I was like, "Are you serious?" She's like, yeah. I was like, "How'd you get into it?" She's like, "I don't know. I fell asleep one day, and I woke up, and my stream
behind the wheel."
But it was like you know how like you follow somebody.
Yeah.
On someone's stream and they shut down, they raid somebody else. She's like, yeah, I woke up and somebody was streaming this game and I just saw it and I was like, looks so cool. Now I want to go buy the wheel and the pedals and everything. I was like, huh, interesting.
I mean, I drive for a living. I don't want to drive in a game.
That's what I was saying. Like, you do this for a living.
Linen delivery driver 2021.
Yeah.
So talk your way out of this mess.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. Oh, did you see the announcement for Power Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Super Edition.
No, there's a new edition.
There's a new edition.
Okay.
So they added some the Street Fighter pack. They added Ryu and Chun-Li into the game. But they're it's those characters, but they have like Power Ranger skins. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Crimson Hawk for Ryu and something for Chun-Li. But they're in the game and they show gameplay. I'm like, oh my god, this looks fucking fun. I can't wait. Like I would like go back into Battle for the Grid and try this one out because you saw Ryu's moves and stuff. I'm like, oh, he's doing Hadouken and Shurikens and Tatsus and Donkey Kicks and all that. I'm like, are you serious? So that looked pretty cool. And the thing is, they're having a call. It's a crossover.
What's the name of it again? Battle for the Grid. What?
Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. The Super Edition, the Street Fighter pack, a Street Fighter Cross. Power
There we go.
Rangers.
That's right.
Yeah.
I looked up League by accident.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that looks dope. He looks like White Ranger with the Ryu. Fucking. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they actually showed gameplay, and I was like, they didn't show Chun-Li's gameplay, but they showed Ryu's. I'm like,
That's pretty cool.
oh yeah, look, it looked legit. Like all of his moves from Street Fighter were in there. You know, they had different like the Hadouken didn't look like a Hadouken. It was kind of like a ray beam or whatever. But you know, Hadouken.
Okay.
You know,
okay, I
and
got
doing
you.
combos and stuff like that, and it looked really good. You know, so I was like, oh,
It's gonna get you back into the game.
at least to try out Power Rangers. That was like fun. But yeah, that's the Super Edition. It's for $49.99 as a digital. You get the game digital, season 1, 2, and 3, the Street Fighter pack, and some limited edition skins.
Nice.
And the thing is, that game was like, it was never free to play, but it was like $20. It was always digital, and it just got support from the fans.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass too. Yeah, and that game was just $20, and it was like there's some broken shit in that game. But the thing is, like everybody plays it just to have fun.
Right.
You don't see any like hardcore tournaments or people
They have their
the
own
metas
league.
and stuff. Yeah, they have their own thing. Yeah,
They have their own league.
Yeah,
for
they have their
esports.
own thing just to play and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my god. And the thing is like it's always been like community driven and like people at I forgot who makes it also. But yeah, the guys over there, they're always just, supporting it and they're just adding seasons. Like, wow, dude, that's awesome. Like to hear that a fighting game like that, developer is just like putting stuff out like that, that's awesome. And not like charging you through the freaking
It's Inway Inc.
Inc. Yeah.
Limited Run, Lionsgate.
Yeah, because I have a hard copy, and I think that was from Limited Run.
You have a hard copy of that?
Yeah,
game?
physical copy. of
Holy
that one.
shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like the only one. Like I made sure to. Well, I'll buy all the fighting
I
games.
got you.
Yeah, and me and Kevin played it for a while. We had a good time. Maybe we'll play it again. I also want to talk about.
I don't get any money using.
Go.
I'm just playing.
Go.
Go ahead.
You're next.
Go ahead.
What you got?
Since we're talking about fighting games, we could talk about Grand Blue Fantasy versus new character Eustace.
Yeah.
Did you take a look at that trailer?
A little cat boy with a gun.
Yeah, he had like a blunderbuss or rifle or something like that, and he looked kind of interesting.
The thing is about like Grand Blue Fantasy versus. I like the gameplay. I think it's awesome. The whole mechanism of doing easy inputs for specials, but it goes on cooldown. I mean, there's drawbacks for using your special on a shortcut. I like it, because it puts it on cooldown and it doesn't hit as hard as if you do it like a manual input, So I think that's good, and it's fundamental gameplay on there. But when I look at the characters, they all look the same.
Right.
They're all pretty people.
Anime. Wasn't it like a mobile game turned into a fighting game?
There was a mobile game. I don't know if it's there is a mobile game, but I don't know if it's exactly like it one for one that got turned to a fighting game or vice versa like that. But there's a fighting game and there's a mobile game. But yeah, I look at the characters. I'm like, oh, little furry girl, cool, or scantily clad archer babe,
or a feminine guy with a gun,
or a really pretty cat boy with his homies, with his bros, and they're all characters and they're all unique, and I like it, I like La Diva. My honor as a lady.
My honor as a lady.
She'll grab you and shit. Like I like the game. It's cool. But yeah, like I see, like the only one that's like really like a monster is freaking Vasuraga. He's like a giant. A hulking mass of armor, and he'll just rush you down. Like he'll just walk you down and grab you.
He doesn't have that. A sword or anything.
He has like a big old scythe.
Axe.
Oh, a big old scythe. Yeah.
Scythe.
So like I want more characters like that. Like go on, like the
Get creative.
yeah,
basically.
yeah, because they all look pretty, which is fine. That's the aesthetic of the game. I get it. It's
Allow my
anime.
honor as a lady.
Yeah, so it's all pretty, but like, yeah, I want to see more characters like Vasuraga, because like when I play like when I used to play in birth Under Night Unist, my favorites were Waldstein and Merkava. They were like the monsters. They were like Waldstein has the big old claws, and he just grab you and flip you around, and then Merkava was just a cool stringy uh noodle freaking another monster. But they were like, and everybody else is like regular pretty anime
Right.
characters.
Okay.
I wasn't drawn to that, but I think that's my only thing with like with Grand Blue is like make different character models.
Well, that new character, Eustace, right?
I think it's Eustace.
Comes out April 20th. So that is next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think he's
For those Grand Blue Fantasy Versus players out there.
Yeah, I
in the
think
world.
he's character 4 out of this season
Number
2.
20 something. 27, 24, something like that.
I don't know total. I don't know which one, but I know it started off with. Oh God, I forgot the characters on the list. It started back in September with a chick.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're in season 2. I'm glad that game's still getting support
Still
because
going.
it came out. It came out right at the heart of the pandemic in March last year, and from what I hear, the online isn't all that great. So when you're trying to get online tournaments, it doesn't.
We don't do online tournaments around here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some games are doing it, but not that one. Not the delayed base anime ones from Arc System. No, that's why people are really excited for Guilty Gear.
Right.
Because Guilty Gear Strive, they're gonna actually work on
GGPO.
they're gonna they actually want a robust online system so people can play online. And when the beta came out, like it was mostly just positives. So hopefully, whatever system they integrate into Guilty Gear Strive, that online system, they could use it and maybe like retrofit it into their other fighting games because it sure hell needs it.
But who is it? Arc Systems does. All right, Arc Systems, I need you to listen up. I need you to have more servers than there are pre-orders. Okay?
They're listening to our podcast, by the way.
Okay, I know they listen. You need to have more servers than you do.
We gotta tweet at them. That's what
pre-orders, because then you run into the things that Blizzard does all the time, where they don't realize that the servers are gonna be too crazy, or
it's gonna
happen. It's gonna die first day. So don't even fucking
day one.
Day one, we're probably not gonna be able to play.
I'll be playing offline. Yeah, that Friday I'm gonna tell Kevin.
Just come on over to the house.
Come on over to play versus offline. We'll stream it.
Yeah. So, but since we're still on the fighting game tip, I want to talk about Capcom real quick. They had announced, I think it was yesterday or the day before. No, it was today. Wow. They are closing their online store, the USA only online store. So if you wanted any kind of like merch or anything like that, from like Street Fighter, all that bullshit, that shuts down May 1st, which is 2 Saturdays from now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be donezo. After that, I have no idea, to be honest with you. They didn't give a real reason. Like, they kept the European version open, but they're shutting down the USA version. I'm guessing that they weren't getting enough revenue or whatever it is. But it's just basically like they're just like, we're done May 1st. Like, get your orders in now. Everything's in like a limited supply or whatever. Once the supply is gone, we're not ordering anymore. Like, that's it. It's over.
You see, so it gets me thinking. Like, I'm curious if they're gonna like shut it down and like rework it and make like implement it into like a better online shopping experience, or they're gonna have like a third party and sell it through there, like Amazon or something. Like, if you want to buy merch, buy it through Amazon, or I don't know, something like that.
But why would you give money to Amazon when you could just take it for yourself, right? Yeah.
Because I know they have a deal with Udonnet, the guys who make like their comics and posters and stuff like that. And I know you get merchandise through there, and I usually just go straight to Udon and like if I gotta buy any stuff like that, art, I'll buy it from them. But yeah, that's where like they're keeping the European stores open, and I'm guessing the Japan store will be open also.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Yeah,
but I think the US store and the European store were kind of tied in together. So I'm actually like trying to go to their store right now to see if the banner's like at the top of the screen. Sorry for reading that.
That's fine. I know there's a Capcom sale on Steam right now. You get a lot of
it's like 80% off. Yeah,
on some titles,
dirt cheap.
Yeah,
I was thinking about picking up Monster Hunter World on PC. I actually never completed it on PlayStation, but this one's with Monster Hunter and Monster Hunter Iceborne
the DLC
for like $30 or $32 or something like that. I was thinking about picking it up, but I'm not like completely sold on it yet.
Is that a live service game?
You
play online.
No.
You
Because
play
they only put
online,
out one DLC. They put out
but they always have like collabs and
they put out
and
their events. So yeah, I would
and
consider that a
events.
live service. I would consider that. I mean, Street Fighter V is more of a live service game than whatever that.
Yeah, because I think that's what the goal. They wanted to make it a live service game. And I
What's
think
that?
that's where they kind of
What's that fucking game we were talking about?
Battle for the Grid.
No,
Grand Blue.
no, the fucking shooter.
Oh, Outriders.
Outrider,
That's how
thank you.
I'm telling you guys. It's not just me. I played up to like the part, and I was
Oh.
like, that's it.
Bro,
Oh,
I
God.
couldn't even fucking.
Exactly. I mean, okay. Like I'm not trying to shit on Outrider, dude, but it's like if you want to play something that's like that, that's already kind of has their shit together, play Destiny
Play Diablo.
or Diablo.
Play Diablo.
You know,
Or Path of Exile.
I think
Path of Exile live service.
I think I
game
saw
for
some people. I saw some people get some early access codes for Diablo Resurrected or Resurrection.
sure.
What's it called? Resurrected
Immortal?
or Resurrection? No, the
Diablo
Diablo
2
Yeah,
Resurrected.
Resurrected. Yeah, I
Mhm.
saw some people got some like beta codes to test it out. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm excited.
I want to play that one.
That's one I'm excited for.
I want to play that one. Like, I'll get a copy for that way. Me and Mikhail can both play online and just.
Are you going to get
stream
it on console or PC?
Probably on PC. That way we could just stream
Both
it
play?
together, or
Mhm.
or console. I mean,
Because I'll be
we got the
playing with you guys.
PS5. Yeah,
We can all play together. Steven could play. Morris could play.
unless they have crossplay. I don't know.
know. I know that Morris will definitely play on PC. There's no other way he's playing that game.
Yeah,
But yeah, Juan will play. Like we'll all be on at some
yeah.
point.
So maybe I just get on console. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm getting on PC.
PC. That's what I meant. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, like I said, like what's that about? Yeah, you're right. I think Street Fighter 5 is kind of more of a live service game, and even then,
seasons
and it's because it has seasons, it has
new
all the stuff.
characters,
Yeah,
new modes,
definitely.
new
And I think
triggers.
I think that's where they failed. Well, I don't know if failed, but that's where it got a lot of. Well, I don't know. They got triggered. I haven't played it. I honestly haven't played it.
I
since
know.
the end of February. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you. I'm glad you broke that addiction.
And I'll go back. I don't know. Like I said, dude. Like I see.
Go back.
I'll see Street Fighter 6. I'll give it a shot again. But I'm so half tempted to go back to
thought you were
this
talking
new
about
season. Yeah, well, the new season they actually show Oro and Rose, and like I said, like I told you, like the animations they're putting on these characters look so fucking legit.
Way
and
better
trying
than the
different
first
things.
gen stuff.
Yeah, compared to the season 1 characters.
Right.
I mean, because if you look at these characters, they're actually like doing some like air combo stuff. You know, these new developers, game directors. I forgot the names. I've said it before, but
It's fine.
I don't know the
It's
Japanese
fine.
names. Yeah, I mean they're trying something different, and it's getting the people engaged and wanting to play it. And I think that could have been maybe why Street Fighter 5 didn't really have its own kind of like chance to like break out the mode of what Street Fighter 5 always does, because oh no, I guess I wanted to play it safe. Like, this is Street Fighter. This is what we do. You know, it's all about neutral. Doing your get some EX moves, special, done. You know, these new guys actually want to implement like air combos into the game. You know, because you usually don't see that in, like you usually only see that in like your versus games, your tag games, or your anime games, stuff like that. In
Right.
Street Fighter, very rarely do you ever see like in the air action,
Right.
combos going on. So just the fact these guys are trying something different, it just gives me hope for Street Fighter 6 that it'll be in a better direction than it was
Onwards and
originally.
upwards.
Upwards and upwards, yeah. Because like I said, when I looking at the artwork and the way they model these new characters, it's so fucking good.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I got you.
what was I talking about? Oh, you see, speaking of anime,
Ooh.
Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the movie gets a 4K
Oh my
Ultra
God.
HD
The movie
remaster.
was terrible.
Did you ever watch it?
Yes, it wasn't good.
Which one?
The Advent Children?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
You're right, it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
I saw that news too, and I was like, "Who wanted that?"
I saw it. Yeah. Well, I think Ian had a copy on one of his hard drives and took it over to Travis's house. That's back when Travis was still living with his folks, and we just watched it on his PC. And I was like, okay, cool. But you could tell it's just like over the top anime action. You know, he's on his bike and he's riding around.
I think Final Fantasy VII Remake looks way better, if not as good, as Advent Children, and the story is way better. that fucking
I don't.
entire
I'm gonna be honest.
movie.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember Advent Children the story at all. I
That's
know there was.
terrible.
I know there was like other Sephiroth clones running around, and that's about
I
it.
think your wife had a copy of that movie that I just so happen to have in my collection now that you gave away all your movies.
She had a collection of it.
She had a copy of it, I believe, on DVD, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you sure it's not Spirits Within, like the CGI movie with Chris Bashimi as one of the voice actors on there?
It might have been. I don't know. So it is.
Because if you're watching,
Fantasy.
you're watching that one, yeah, that one's terrible. That's what
They're all pretty bad.
they put Square. Well, for sure that one. That's what put SquareSoft in the tank, because they invested so much in that movie and it did garbage.
You mean
that's when they had like, oh, they had to go they had to merge with Square Enix just to get out of the hole.
I thought you were going to talk about Kingsglaive.
I haven't seen Kingsglaive. I have not
bad.
seen it. How bad is it?
It's pretty. They're all bad.
How bad? Well, tell me why.
They're just bad writing and like, oh, dude, it's just. First of all, just terrible writing, and if the writing is terrible the whole way through, and you think
I know it's on Netflix now because I saw the thumbnail.
Right, and you would think
Kingsglaive.
that it being a Final Fantasy title, that it would have story as well as action, and the action is in there same way it is for Advent and all that other stuff, but it's in there for like fucking 10 minutes, and then like the movie's over, and then you're just like, I fucking watched an hour and a half of this shit.
Okay,
for fucking 10 minutes of
I
action.
sit down and watching it because I don't remember Advent Children. It's been so long. I just know that it does have a lot of anime action. Jumping off the motorcycle and swinging and stuff like that.
Right.
So I haven't seen Kingsglaive, so like I'll hold judgment on it.
Was it Kingsglaive, Advent Children, and what's the other movie? What were we just talking
The
about?
first one was Spirits Within, but that was like a CGI.
Yeah.
That was just bad. I don't watch that.
Let's just be real.
That one. Yeah, that one. Don't watch that one. Like honestly, it put the company in the fucking tank.
Yeah, I bet it cost a lot because back then, I mean, I remember those graphics back then were amazing, and then like that's just like normal.
I think the studios were like in Hawaii, so they had to fly everybody out there. I forgot.
Like
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Now.
I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, if you guys seen Kingsglaive, y'all let me know.
Kingsglaive is terrible.
Yeah.
I watched
We'll
like
see.
45 minutes of it, and I was like,
Okay.
if I turn it off halfway, I'm good.
Okay. So yeah. So if you guys are interested, June 8th, that's when the Advent Children coming out. Like if they bundle it, and make it like
It's like a
dirt cheap.
remaster, right? Or like a
It's a remake. They're
remake.
giving a facelift. No, remaster. Yeah.
Remaster.
I always forget
It's all good.
like yeah.
It's something.
Something.
Redone.
They're giving a facelift.
redoing
That's
it.
why I just say facelift.
Okay.
Just,
Fair enough.
speaking of facelifts, I saw a
shit.
trailer for I know we're gonna get mine too.
Get my.
I saw
tits tucked.
I saw one for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
dude! Like,
All right.
I'm excited for that one.
I watched that
am.
comparison.
Yeah, because they've shown
I'm
side by
excited
side.
now.
I'm like that's all I wanted. Just give it a facelift for modern, monitors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They fix some of the background, they clean up some edges.
The lighting was
work on the lighting.
yeah.
Like if you see like Zaid's face, looks way better. The
Right.
mercenary with the scars on his face. I totally forgot he was in the game until they showed it. Like, oh yeah, Zaid, the merc. I forgot about him. And he's all scarred up, but now actually looks legit. I was like, oh my god, like.
Yeah.
I just want to play that game, stream it, and just
I saw the comparison video myself as well, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm a little bit more hyped for this now. I thought they were just like upping the textures and doing all this other stuff, but now that I've seen all the work that they put into it, I kind of want to pick it up now.
Yeah, I saw someone on Reddit. Someone was like, "How do I cancel my pre-order for Mass Effect Legendary Edition?" I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, why would you pre-order to begin with? Like, what?
You know what it is.
You know.
You know exactly
You should
what
probably
it is.
know what it is. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, they already said they're gonna give you every DLC and costume. I mean, minus the first one for the first game, but
Pinnacle.
yeah, like what do you want to pre-order for? They're not gonna run out of copies,
Right.
This
isn't, was it Mario 35th anniversary
Yeah,
edition?
yeah.
Mario 3D or whatever?
Yeah, the Mario 3D when they had what was it? Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah.
Like only for a limited time.
And then they ran it for like half a year, and then they're just now
That's-
taking it off the market.
That's so cheesy for Nintendo to fucking
Shitty
tell you
of 'em,
straight up,
dude.
like, hey, this is limited edition, you better buy it now.
I bought that shit too.
Yeah,
Sons of
that's-
bitches.
I'm telling you,
I
Nintendo,
wanted
they'll
I
go
wanted all
bad.
three. I wanted all three of those games because I only ever owned 64.
Yeah, I
That's
never had a
the only-
GameCube or a Wii.
I had a GameCube, but I never got Sunshine. But I always saw Galaxy and wanted to play Galaxy, but never did.
That was
'cause I
one
didn't
for
own
Wii,
a
right?
Wii. Yeah, I didn't own
Yeah.
a Wii or a Wii U.
Yeah.
So I was like, I definitely want to pick those up. The same way I'm going to pick up fucking The new, not new, but the older Zelda one that's coming out again. from the
Wind
Wii U.
Waker.
No.
Wind Waker remake. No, it's not Wind Waker. It's a Skyward.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick that one up because I never got to play it.
I never played that one
I'm
either.
gonna check that one out for sure.
Yeah.
And then the Switch will get dusted off, and I'll play through that game.
Which one was the good Legend of Zelda game?
Ocarina of Time.
What about Twilight Princess? Was that one good?
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. That was on 64, but you need the expansion pack for that one. I remember
Right.
that.
Ocarina of Time.
Give that one a
and,
facelift.
Wind Waker those were all really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I
That
never
was,
played
Wind
Waker.
Waker was good. I played it on an emulator, but I played it. It was good.
Yeah, if they could give that kind of treatment with like Ocarina of Time, where they just kind of like give it a facelift, smoothing it out.
If they could just
and bring
remake
it back.
that, like a full-on badass remake.
Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah, they use like the Breath of Wild engine and shit.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
And like exact same size, but with like better details.
that would be
and
cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Leave this
I will pay the Nintendo tax too, like full
I'll pay it.
$59.99.
full $60.
I mean, I bought it for the Link's Awakening.
Yeah, you did.
I liked it too.
But that was really well done.
It
though.
really was. It really was. It was different enough from the source material visually, and at the same time, like a good homage and nod to it. You know, like it was different, but it was still, respectful of the original
Right.
game that you played. You know, so I think in my heart of hearts, if you're a Legend of Zelda fan, that purchase was worth it. You know,
right.
at full price.
Can I bring up?
You bring up anything you
Can
want.
I side tangent into some
Yes.
other stuff that I want to talk about?
Tangent into tangents.
Okay, so I'm gonna tangent into something else called Resident Evil 4 VR. Did you hear about this?
No.
Resident Evil 4, the one for PS2.
The one with Leon.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Leon one. Resident Evil 4 is getting a VR release on Oculus Quest 2 only. With updated visuals and all
Really?
that stuff, but, VR.
Yeah.
And that comes along with another update that Oculus had put out this week. But first, I want to get your thoughts on Resident Evil 4 as a VR release, as a standalone VR release on its own VR platform. So now we have Quest, we have Quest 2, then you have the Vive, and then you have the Steam, whatever the fuck they're doing. So how do you feel about VR exclusives? Because Resident Evil 7, which you have, is
Yeah.
a VR exclusive to PS4, right? So Resident Evil 4 VR is coming out specifically for Quest 2 and Quest 2 only.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about VR games being specific to certain platforms like other games are to like PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series S?
Honestly, if they're doing like older games like that and giving it the treatment, like the VR treatment, I'm totally fine with it because you got to able to experience it, the original, whenever it is. And if you want to go back and play the original, you could play it
Right.
just about anything you want. As for it making it VR, I think it's good because it'll draw people to get into these consoles, into these systems.
Right.
Because it's so niche.
Right. It
Yeah.
is very niche. And there's another update that I'm going to talk about Oculus here in just a second. However, I want to bring up the fact that these headsets they're not like, they're console prices, but like even more so
Mm-hmm.
because you have to tax on your PC. So like the Quest 2 is, I think, bang for buck, the best headset you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like very minimal wires, no sensors, no cameras, and all that other bullshit. It's $300 out the door. You get a VR setup if you have a VR ready computer, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go the premium route, you can pay $1,000 and get the fucking Steam version, or $700 for the HTC Vive or whatever. So
Yeah.
like, if you're releasing games on specific platforms like that, like I feel like that's you're already, you said it yourself, it's already niche. Why are you cutting it down even further? You know what I'm saying? By
Yeah.
putting it on a specific platform, on this one specific platform, when you have, fucking Vive over here, and then you got, your Quest 1 users over here, you got your Steam users over here. Like,
Yeah.
why are you gonna cut it down to a fraction of a fraction? Like, how do you feel about, like, I understand console
Consoles are pretty.
exclusives.
Consoles are pretty like if you're gaming, if you're into gaming, you probably have a console. You probably have one of these big three,
Right.
the main consoles or a PC.
Right.
So and when it comes to VR, like that, even then, once you branch into gaming, how many people in total are into gaming? Compare even like how many people are into gaming, and it covers, let's just say, consoles, PC, and mobile. You
Right.
know, and that and VR. You know, mobile, a lot of people because everybody has a cell
Everybody's
phone.
got a cell phone.
Consoles,
Don't you guys have
don't you have
phones?
phones? Yeah, so it'll probably be mobile, will be the biggest one, and then you
Right.
go to consoles, and then PC, and then you go to like VR, and then even then, like you have different types of VR headsets, and then to have
And then yeah, so
exclusives too, like
and then you have an exclusive on. So not only do you have a niche piece of equipment, but now you have to have the specific niche piece of
you
equipment.
better have,
Sorry.
you better be no, you're fine. You better be the best VR company
Right.
to have these exclusives to make it worth it. Because if not, then people will be like, I just bought all this for an
For-
exclusive, and I'm
Not even that. Like I bought this $1,000 piece of equipment, and I can't even play a game that's out on this $300 headset.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
so if you have a Steam
Oh, yeah,
headset,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
$1,000, you can't even play a game that's out on a $300 version of that headset.
You would have to, yeah,
You would have to go
pick and
buy
choose,
another.
yeah.
That's fucking.
I
That's messed
mean,
up.
do you really want that bad? I mean, you could probably find some others. I mean, I think
I mean, you could play the original version.
yeah. Well, I think Street Fighter 4. I think
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 4. They're both
Cheers.
Capcom. I think Resident Evil 4 in VR would be kind of along the lines of Resident Evil 7.
Right.
You know, that first person perspective VR. You know, you I guess manipulate the Joy-Con or whatever to
Right.
you know simulate the firearm. So I wouldn't think it'd be too much of a stretch, but yeah, if they start going to this route where they start making more exclusives, they gotta hope they have the fan base to make it worth it.
Right.
You know, because even me, I love gaming.
Right.
And VR is kind of just like VR. Cool.
Well, on that note,
On
I
that
think that I will be picking up a Quest 2,
Wow.
but it isn't because of Resident Evil.
Uh-huh.
Quest also put out a statement this week
What they saying?
that said that the Oculus Quest 2 is getting a 120 hertz update. So originally the headset, the visor would only do 75 hertz, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got bumped up to 90 hertz with the software update. And now it's going to do 120 hertz with the software update. And they said that they were also going to include a remote play option. So you
Really?
can play your PC games on your headset with no cables, just through Wi-Fi, like a game stream like I do
Really?
at my house. So before you would have to have the Quest 2 on and then pay $20 for remote desktop. And, you know, so not only would you have to buy a $300 headset, you would also have to buy a $20 program. And then on top of that, games for your PC or whatever.
Or your PC. And would hope your PC.
Right.
Yeah.
And hope your PC can actually run VR games. What this is doing is just cutting out that $20 middleman.
Streamlining it.
And then they're just using it as their own service. Like you'll be able to remote play from your PC, no cables, through Wi-Fi directly onto your headset.
That's awesome.
And I think that's
the way to go for sure.
the way to go.
It is because, like I said,
No cables.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck,
you don't want to make a chore just to bust something out like, oh, where's this cable go?
I mean, I want to check out Arizona
Yeah.
Sunshine. I want to check out fucking Resident Evil 4 in VR. I want to check out Beat Saber.
Yeah,
You know,
Tetris Effect.
I want Tetris Effect. That sounds dope, actually. Or
That's what I heard.
Borderlands.
I heard a lot of
or-
people say if you're gonna play Tetris Effect, play it on VR.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I'm like, okay.
And it's already on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Why not? So, being that, you know, like, all those things that we were talking about, like them being exclusive or whatever, but this one specific feature sold me on it. Well, two actually. They're upping the refresh rate on the visor
The
to
technology is
120,
definitely getting better.
and the fact that you can just remote play straight from the fucking desktop
Yeah.
is just crazy good. All over a fucking software update. Like, who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Like, at first it was all locked into your Facebook, and now I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it's locked into Facebook or not.
Mark
I
Zuckerberg.
kind of want to check it out, dude. I'm just saying. Sorry, I went on that little
No,
Oculus
it's fine. It's fine. No, it's good.
Quest tangent
That's
there.
why we do that. No, I mean, it becomes something where like we're gonna start getting exclusive, get the licensing for these exclusives to make a console, a VR console. Like, hopefully you have the fan base for it. Because,
Right.
like I said, I don't know. I could be totally in the wrong and ignorant because I don't know how big VR sales are. I haven't been following
They're
it.
definitely not that
But yeah, I mean, guys, if you guys play, y'all let me know. I'm interested to see who out there actually plays VR games because I mean, I would like to know. Hey, you know, what's the
Right.
big deal?
My boy
how they feel
Carlos is
about it?
getting me into it. He sent me that fucking bright and early on like Wednesday morning. He's like, "Oh, Oculus just sent this out. Check this out." And I was like, "I'm at work. You know, I'm working, and I've already been up for like 3 hours. And he's just not waking up." And I was like, "Why don't you give me the TLDR of this, bro? Why don't you
Yeah.
break it down?
Too long,
Because I'm not
didn't
gonna
read.
read this shit."
Yeah, At work.
And I was like, so what you're saying is just buy it? And he's like, yeah, just buy it. I was like, I'll buy it when the update comes out. So I'm not gonna pick it up yet. I'm gonna pick it up when their 120 hertz remote
Yeah.
play option comes out.
That's interesting.
You know,
Well, hopefully this jump will kind of put it more in the
limelight.
yeah.
I think
people will like it more. Like, oh yeah, play it on VR.
I
It's
hope
worth
that
it.
PlayStation takes this route. I know that it'll probably be like a single cable. Granted, I think it'll be like a single one cable type thing. But if they could get it to be wireless before they actually make the jump on this new VR,
Yeah.
I think that would be the best bet. It's just like straight up, just full on wireless.
Yeah,
you
because
know.
if you want to try something different with gaming, I think VR might be the next avenue to do it. Because I mean,
Why not?
right? Yeah, because right now it's always been console, monitor. I mean, that's always been the gaming.
Dude, if I could
since
play
forever,
If I could play
you know?
Destiny in fucking VR, I would.
Can you imagine?
With VR controls,
Yeah,
jumping around, having a good time.
yeah.
It'd be great.
My only concern also would be like the people who like get motion sickness. I don't know. It's one of those things like you kind of like the more you do it, the better you get at it or something. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like working out a muscle.
Right.
When you first start off, you kind of probably can't take too much, but the more you do it, you get
Kind of like
used
astronaut
to,
training, where they
or
just send them
astronaut,
around
yeah.
in a circle or whatever.
And the G-force,
The G-force training.
Yeah, see how many G's you could take before
Yeah.
you pass out or something or vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I want to check it out, dude. I kind of want to give it a shot. I don't know if VR gaming is for me. I don't. But now with the ease of access and these things that they're providing through the Quest 2, I kind of want to give it a shot. $300 is a fairly low entry level.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
As compared to like $700 or $1,000. So, or how much was the PSVR? Was it one? No, it was $2.
I don't remember.
It was $2, but you also had to buy the camera, and you also had to buy the
Dual?
$100 controllers too.
Link. I
So let's
forgot to
say
call it.
$400. Like it seems like a
It was a
relatively
lot more
low
clunky,
barrier
yeah.
for entry.
It
Yeah.
was a lot more clunky.
Yeah, but not only that, but let's be real. You have to buy the headset with all the bullshit, and then you also have to have the PC to run it. So
Well,
that's also.
I mean, there's definitely there's gonna be some hurdles.
But the thing with the Quest 2 is that you can buy games specifically for the Quest 2, and you don't need anything. You could just play on it's its own console.
Really.
But if you want to do the remote VR, you need to have the PC
Yeah.
to back it up. So that's the cool thing about it is like you can play just specifically Quest 2 games, or if you want to play games off the PC, you can do that. I'm not fucking spokesperson for Quest, but
But no,
the
I mean,
more and more I'm reading about
putting
it,
it out there, yeah.
the more
So someone will try it out, and maybe it'll
Yeah.
just gain more traction.
yeah, the more and more I read about it, is like the more and more I want to fucking check
Because
it
I
out.
think some games like that, like Resident Evil, or like kind of your tactical shooters, I think they'll be perfect for like kind of the VR experience, VR
Yeah.
gaming.
Dude, could you imagine fucking Metal Gear Solid?
Actually like showing up and
Fucking
freeze.
freeze.
Yeah.
You
That'd
put
be
your
fun.
arm.
Did you see the King of Fighters 15
Oh
trailer?
my god, just shatter all expectations again. I like how you said that with no energy.
Bro,
in
but
your
did you see the
entire-
character they revealed?
It was started with an S, right?
Shermie.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like I don't even play Shermie. I was like, oh my god, dude, they put the cake on her, dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Fucking.
And the thing is, like not last week. Yeah, it was last week when I saw King. Like, okay, they dialed her up. Gave her tight pants, gave
Okay.
her a bigger bust.
Okay.
Not big old donk and
Could deal with
stuff.
that.
I was like, well, let me talk to my
What was
my
her-
good friend Anthony, who's the SNK expert. I was like, Anthony, and she'd always been like this. He's like, yeah, she's different outfit, but she's always been kind of thick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Shermie, King of Fighters 15.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Here, pull
I was like, she's always been like that. He's like, yeah, they kind of changed a little here and there, but yeah. Like, man, I don't know. It really, yeah. Look at that. Look what they did to her.
bro.
Yeah, I was like,
Ain't mad at that.
they're really King of Fighters. I'm starting. It's starting to look like Dead or Alive, bro.
A little bit.
Yeah,
A little
'Cause
bit.
You look at Dead or Alive, you're like, yeah.
Does she even have eyes?
No, yeah, that's her thing. Her bangs are always covering. In
Okay.
every game, her bangs always cover her
Oh.
face. Yeah.
Good. You only need half.
So yeah. So I'm like, I think it's starting to look like Dead or Alive, bro. Because if you play that game, dude, it's all about the jiggle physics.
Oh, it's all about jiggle.
yeah, they even said it.
Remember Chung Li and the launch of Street Fighter V though?
I remember that player 2 side. But the thing is, like, when Dead or Alive was, I think it's Dead or Alive 6. When Dead or Alive 6 was first coming out, they're like,
Correct.
look, guys, gonna get away from the whole sex part, start, the whole jiggle physics, and make this a actual
Respectable.
a respectable fighting game. And then like before it came out, they're like, nah, we're lying.
Nah, we're
the
fucking
jiggles
with
were
you.
in there.
That was April Fool's.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if you look at all the females, it's all the same body. They just change the height and the width on everything.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, they know what they're
They know what
doing.
they're
It's all fan service. They Yeah, but anyways, I was talking to Anthony about it. He's like, yeah, she's always kind of been kind of thick. This game just really, really shows it. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
well, okay, now I know. But yeah, I started
Did
training.
it-
I was like I said, dude, I'm just like,
Damn. You hit the 2-syllable damn?
damn. Yeah, I was like, okay, Jeremy got it.
Okay.
She got it.
Did it shatter all expectations?
It did not. It shattered. It shattered. It shattered the curve expectation. I didn't expect that.
Thick.
Yeah.
Thick with 3 C's.
Yeah. That's what that shattered. But yeah.
There you go.
Let me see. Anything else I got?
I got a few more if you don't.
Yeah.
I'm
let's go
sorry.
for it.
We're already like 150 in.
That's fine. They
That's
know
the
what they're here
longest
for.
podcast we've done in 2021 so far.
Yeah.
Do you get some?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It was so Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa has
Good
said,
pronunciation.
is it pretty good?
That's pretty good.
Has said that the company will invest in more original games in the future in addition to supporting its core franchises. And I quote, games are not necessity of life. In order for customers to choose games in their finite time, they have to be interesting. Competition is tough, and I am not optimistic. That's that's by the Video Game Chronicle and an interview by Nick Hay.
I agree with that.
So, but the thing is, like, the president is saying that,
Sorry.
and it got me thinking, like, they have to make stuff that's really, really good. Now, does this say, hey, we're going to focus on what we have now, like the Legend of Zeldas, our Marios, our Donkey Kongs, or we're gonna try, do some new things? Because some of the new things has really taken off, like the Pikmins, their Animal Crossings, their Splatoon. That stuff is, there's not as big as the previous stuff, but those are IPs that are gaining traction. So it's like,
Well,
what does this mean? They're gonna focus more on the old school stuff, or what?
What I think it means is they're gonna start moving more towards brand new IPs or new versions of their IPs, kind of like how do I explain that?
Like different versions of the Legend of Zelda or something?
No, because what they were doing was rehashing the past. So everything that Nintendo has done up until this point has been rehashing old, proven games, right? So you got
Because
Breath of the Wild.
Mario's always been a platformer.
They've always done Mario. They're always gonna do Mario, but they always change up something the way they do Mario every time. So they had 64, and then they went to Sunshine, and then they went, which was Sunshine and 64 were kind of similar, but they had introduced a little backpack or whatever. And then it goes to Galaxy, which Galaxy brings in gravity and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And then you go to the actual 2D 3D platformers, 2D/3D platformers like Bowser's Fury and all that other stuff. And then you get into what's the one that just came out? Odyssey with the hats and stuff like that. Like they always introduce some kind of new mechanic,
Yeah.
kind of like Street Fighter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. And well, not only that though, but they also like whatever technology is on their current console, like implementing the motion sensor with the
Right.
Joy-Cons, or using the new 3D analog stick on the Nintendo
Right.
64 or stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And Breath of the Wild, and now Breath of the Wild 2, which is in the same map that Breath of the Wild is in, Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, they're all sequels. So what I think what I think he was trying to get at is that he's trying to grab your attention as a gamer, and he wants to hold it for as long as he possibly can, with any type of new IP and or new idea that isn't just fucking you playing the same game that you played for the fucking past 10 years, i.e. Mario 64, Galaxy, Odyssey, it's the same game. It's all the same game, just one different mechanic from the others. It's okay.
Well, I
But
mean,
you enjoyed the
and I
game.
agree with him 100% because it's hard for someone to give you their time to focus on one thing. I mean,
That's
as
exactly
an
what he
adult,
said, yeah.
you're working, you got
Yeah.
stuff with the family, you got to do things around the house, you got to, take time for yourself,
Right.
play video games. What video games do
He's
you want to
like,
play?
Your time is finite.
Yeah, it's finite.
Yeah.
So like, your game has to have something special to be like, oh yeah, I want to play this today. You
Right.
know, I want to stream
It
this
deserves
today.
your time.
Yeah.
Not only do you work hard to buy your games and do your hobby or whatever, but that game should also be deserving of your time. And if it isn't, then you shouldn't be playing that
Yeah.
game. And I think that's exactly what he was trying to say. And I think that's a great quote and a great position for a a president of a company to look to, at his product and say, we want to support the games that are gonna make the most out of your time because we know that your time is precious. Not
Yeah.
everybody can sit at home all day and play video games, and nor should you. But
Yeah, nor should you.
nor
Go for a
should you.
walk, yeah.
But like when you do choose to pick up and play fucking Breath of the Wild or whatever, we want it to be like that experience all over again. Like Breath of the Wild was on its own like level.
Oh, definitely.
It was like brand new from anything else that you had played in the Zelda series
Definitely.
before. And I think that's what he's talking about. He's like, we want to make something like new, intuitive every time. Now, how long can you do that for in this day and age? Probably not that long. Like usually, ideas are rehashed and redone, kind of like the Nemesis system that we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
I feel like there's only so many ideas that you can put out in the world, but like to make them fun and interesting over and over again is a different.
Well,
ability on its own.
definitely, it helps Nintendo that they have some of the strongest IPs ever.
Yeah.
With Mario,
With
Legend of
the biggest
Zelda,
age range.
they work with Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon isn't theirs, but they work a lot
Game
with
Freak.
it. They work a lot with them. They got Smash in there, a lot of crossover with them. Even
yeah.
though there's a lot of cross characters, it's still under the Smash game. So I think Nintendo, what they do have going for them is they have really strong IPs. Now, what can they do with it, and how can they constantly make you?
Can you read that quote back to me one more time?
Sure.
Please, I'm so sorry.
No.
I want it word for word.
It's a good one.
And if I tell you to pause, please.
I will pause.
Okay.
Pause. Okay. One more time. From Shuntaro Furukawa.
All right.
Games are not necessity of life.
That's correct.
In order for customers to choose games in their finite time, they have to be interesting.
Correct.
Competition is tough,
Correct.
and I am not optimistic.
Correct.
Yeah. And he's right with competition because you got Xbox with their Game Pass. They want you to play PlayStation with they just got their stuff coming out. PC. You got these other companies with their VR headsets coming out.
And they
mobile gaming.
And they
that's
aren't
huge.
necessities.
Yeah, they're not.
And VR. And they're all not necessities.
Yeah.
It's something that you choose to do, and they want to be able to grab your attention span and hold it. Kind of like a gotcha game or whatever,
Yeah,
without the gotcha mechanic.
Because even recently, a couple years ago, Nintendo started getting into mobile gaming.
Right.
And same thing with every mobile
Super
game. There's
Mario
paywalls.
Run.
Yeah, Super Mario Run, Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's paywalls in there, and they know why, because a lot of people have phones and they want to play games, and you could do that formula.
You don't have phones?
Yeah. So I mean, it's just I saw and I saw that early. I saw that like Sunday night. I was like, holy crap! I'm gonna write this down. I thought that was pretty good.
Speaking of mobile,
¿Qué pasó?
Call of Duty Mobile got banned in Iran.
Good.
And
why?
I don't know. They didn't give an explanation.
They don't.
Fucking Iran was like, no more.
If Iran wants to do it,
They do whatever they want.
Yeah, everybody else does whatever. Yeah, everybody says yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up because like they just shut down like one of the biggest mobile games of all time.
They're like okay. It's like Iran. You know how China is in Asia. Iran is like that in the Middle East.
Yeah. Iran and Saudi Arabia for sure. Those two.
Yeah.
They didn't give an official explanation.
I'm sorry, you're right. It was Saudi Arabia. I don't know Iran. I don't know how big Iran is.
Iran is a very big military power in the Middle East,
and they got the oil.
And they do.
Black Bush from Dave Chappelle.
Who said anything about oil? Bitch, you cooking? Fucking love that episode, dude.
Black Bush
Trying to go to Mars. Write this down.
It's yellow cake. Don't drop that shit.
MARS. Mars, bitches. Yay. Anyway. But yeah, so they just like fucking banned it in Iran. No specific reason. Just cut it off and no longer available in Iran.
Damn.
I just thought it was weird, like that they could just shut down a game for whatever reason.
That's the influence and power.
But
they
like
have.
that's just kind of like the power that they got to
yeah.
Because they're not gonna shut down Call of Duty Mobile in fucking China. You know why? Tencent.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Tencent. Yeah,
Tencent's in line,
and they're part of the Chinese government giving them money.
Exactly. So they didn't get shut down in China, but they shut it down in Iran for whatever the fuck reason. And the last little bit of news that I had for this episode is Assassin's Creed first DLC had got a release date. Did I talk about this last week?
Wait, I thought they already had deal.
No, the first DLC. I had announced that it got a release date.
I'm thinking of the Immortals. I know they had DLC, but I swear they had DLC already.
No, because we had talked about it the last time Immortals DLC came out. I had said that it was a shame that this game came out later and it had 2 DLCs out, and Assassin's Creed had come out first and still doesn't have any DLCs.
Okay. But technically, Assassin's Creed has DLCs as like armor sets, right? You could download and buy.
It's already in the game.
Right?
You just have to buy. You have to buy to unlock it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
what?
I'm talking about DLC, like actual story
like
content.
maps. Okay, so map
Story
contents, that kind of
content,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
So Assassin's Creed, I would think, is a live service game, by the way, because they do have seasonal, not like season pass, but they do have seasonal content. So like last week they had Easter event going on in the game, and
Yeah.
like your actual town that you live in
Eggs hidden around.
was like you would have to pick up eggs or like do like little bow challenges here or there
Fight
or
the
whatever. It's
bunnies.
like a festival for like spring festival, and then
Yeah.
they had winter festival 2 months ago. Anyway, their first DLC was slated to come out on the 29th of this month, which is next Thursday or 2 Thursdays from now.
Yeah.
That got pushed back until May 13th. So now even DLCs are getting pushed back. They just said they wanted to make the best experience possible for.
Okay. Like at this point in this time, like if they say it's delayed because having to work from home, and stuff,
Right.
like it's understandable. Like even though it's like a kind of like a blanket, blanket answer for a lot of things
Yeah.
for getting delays. Like at the same time, it's like, well, it's kind of true because a lot of people have to work from home, and
Correct.
the logistics and the communication and over there. So
But
it's like,
how
but
much-
the thing is, it's been going on for a while now.
Yeah. How much longer are we going to be able to get away with that though? With vaccines and all that.
I think there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel.
Correct.
But like things to go back to like 100% normal as they were back in like a February of 2020 before the COVID actually hit.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be at least another year or two before everything gets back to normal. I think all the changes that happened during this pandemic, especially with the whole wearing masks and social distancing, I think that's been integrated into our lives now.
Okay.
I'm not saying for sure, but I feel like that's gonna be part of the thing because like I was talking to Mikkel about it because at work, ever since everybody's been doing social distancing, washing their hands, wearing masks, no one's calling in sick because everybody's taking care of themselves better. So she was like, just to me, she feels like her company might keep implementing the whole social distance, washing your hand, and wearing a mask, for employees, just because it keeps everybody healthier,
Right.
and not calling them from work.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that just becomes something that
Like a new mentality.
a new mentality that gets adopted in the mindset of people, just sort of like wearing masks and being social distance. Like it makes you more aware of it. So I think that will be lingering for at least a couple of years. Me personally, that's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
But as for coming back to work, like for video game companies, I have no idea.
I don't think it's gonna be much of an excuse much longer. Just to be honest with you, I think people are. They talk shit about how, like, oh, we're working from home. It's so difficult to like coordinate with everybody, right? But then like everybody who works from home is like, fuck yeah, I get to work from home, dude. Like,
I wake up,
yeah,
I'm on
it's
the
like,
computer, I'm walk the dog, use restroom.
like I'm more productive.
Yeah. I'm
Everybody
happy. I
that
see the kids.
everybody that I fucking hear from that works from home that doesn't have kids, they're like, "Well, yeah, I get all my work done and I just fucking
Love it.
fuck off for the rest of the day." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would finish my work.
Don't have to commute.
Yeah, don't have to commute. You don't
Yeah.
have an hour and a half, 2 hour commute every day, especially if you're in fucking
For
California.
real.
You get to have your lunch break at your house,
And just the fact that you can take your lunch break at your house and eat. Because
Right.
You know
in your
how
own safe
quick,
space.
how fast it adds up eating out every time
Yeah, you
you're
got
at work.
15 minutes to get somewhere you want to eat.
Yeah.
Eat for 10, 15 minutes, and then drive back.
Even just the fact, if you go out to eat every day while you're at work,
15
that
bucks.
adds up. And not only that though, what are your options? It's probably gonna be fast food.
Fast food,
It's
and
gonna
then
be junk.
$15 every day.
Yeah.
Fast food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I don't work from home and over a computer, and I don't know how it is, but like just thinking about it, wait, I get to eat at the house? My meals, my food?
My food.
Yeah. Like
Anything more?
that's a lot better,
Yeah. I don't think that excuse is gonna be around much longer. To be honest, I think somewhere towards October of this year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think 75-80% of the country is gonna be vaccinated except for the holdouts, and everybody's gonna.
And even then it'll be like herd immunity. And the thing
you're
is,
already at herd immunity.
and
yeah.
people are just eager to get back out. You know, I was talking to Mikkel. She's like,
They've been there, bro.
yeah. I was talking to Mikkel. She's like, she has 2 cons coming up in July back to back. You know, Matsuri and Comic Palooza, 2 big cons. You know,
Yeah.
and she's like,
I'm
I gotta
excited
make
to
sure,
do
I
those
gotta
with
make
you.
sure to get a spot because everybody wants to get out there and sell and
Want
get
to
back to
spend
business.
that fucking unemployment money,
Yeah,
baby. Let's
that's
go.
yeah, I was talking to Anthony because he does the cons, and he's like, yeah, people are want to get out, and
Yep.
they got that stimulus money, and they want to spend.
You got the stimmy
Yeah,
and then
that makes
unemployment
sense.
money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't mad at 'em.
So I mean, I think some of the mannerisms and habits that we picked up during the quarantine lockdown will still carry over. You know, so and I
Yeah, I'm
hope
not
they
shaking.
do.
I'm not shaking anybody's hand. I'm
And
still fist bumping.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll hug you to death, but anybody that's like, oh, what's
yeah,
up,
you
dude?
see
What's
some
up?
stranger completely, you'll be like, oh,
You're
nice
good.
to meet you. Yeah, or you'll
I'd shake
social
your hand,
distance,
but you're gross.
social distance, or wear a mask, or cover your sneezes and stuff like that. I mean, you should be doing that anyways, covering your sneezes and
Yeah.
coughs, you know. But
But I mean,
know.
you also still have the assholes that don't give a fuck.
yeah, there's always those idiots. They're
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
They're out there. That's fine though. They'll get their shit.
That's all I've got for this week, brother. How about you?
I think that is it.
I mean, we are a fresh 2 hours in.
hour 55. Just
Where can
under.
we find you,
Guys,
Rick?
you catch me at OS_Rick with a 1. I love streaming. I'm gonna be bouncing between Demon Souls and Final Fantasy.
Final
and
Fantasy
maybe
remake,
Symphony.
yeah.
Final Fantasy.
That's what you said.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Yeah.
And like now that I've been playing it again, like I want Integrad. Like it's on my radar.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was coming out on June 10th.
That's
and I
right.
was like, okay, cool, whatever. But now that like it's inching closer, I'm like, okay,
It's
yeah,
2 months, bro.
yeah.
Just wait it out.
It is.
Just wait
It
it
is.
out.
And then Guilty Gear's gonna be coming out soon, and I'm gonna be streaming that.
When is Guilty Gears?
That's gonna be June 11th.
Oh yeah, so we got June 11th, Guilty Gear. You have
June 10th for Integrad on Final Fantasy
June
7.
10th for Integrad and June 10th for Ratchet and Clank Ripped
Is
Apart
it?
as well. Yeah.
Damn.
So all 3 of those games the same week. That's gonna be a hell of a
But
summer,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, guys, you guys can catch me there. I love streaming on my podcast, on my stream. I was at a good time, and the podcast catches here all the time. We love it.
Yeah.
And the socials. I put stuff on my dogs, my kettlebells in the background, my kettlebell collection.
Oh, he's got a little rack back there. That's
It's
cute.
not a rack. It's a stepping.
Yeah,
Okay,
whatever.
I told
Racks on racks.
I wanted to get a rack. I told Mikhail about that. I was like, I could talk to Dad. He could weld me one.
Ooh,
She's like, we'll take up space. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Right there.
true.
Right there's fine. So we'll leave it
All
there.
right.
But yeah, catch me there, guys.
As always, guys, you can catch me on all things social media at OS_Onslaught. That's Steam, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff. If you want to hit up the podcast on all things social media, it's at Option Select Podcast, or you can email us at optionselectpodcast@gmail.com. As always, guys, we love and appreciate every single one of you guys who listens to us every week. And if you
Yes.
do listen and you do have friends that are into video games, please tell them
Send
to
it our
also
way.
follow the podcast and check us out. The best thing you could do for this podcast is spread it by word of mouth, or rate, review us, like,
5
subscribe,
stars.
all that good stuff. We love you so much. We hope that you take care of yourselves,
Yes.
and we can't wait to see you again next week. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Love you.
Good.